Go.
All right, cool.
Quick, I rolled deception. I am not here. We are not the droid that you are looking for.
Can we all just stop to appreciate the majesty of Drew's amazing haircut? That's a handsome looking man right there.
Look, I finally found my Austria Stein. I'm very happy about it.
Oh yeah.
That is a Stein. What the hell?
Yeah, it's pretty big actually. It's pretty cool.
Maddie's
Now
grandmother
you can
has like a
go
big ass glass
style.
case full of Steins. I'm very jealous of all of them.
Dino.
They're all Christmas themed, so they're not
Oh, but still.
still.
The perfect time to drink when you're forced to be with your family.
True.
No.
Hey, they drink too. To be fair.
To be fair. All right, last episode on Dragon Ball ACAS. We started our long journey to Chentaka. We are on the way to Sharika, and we got to a town sooner than we thought we would. We're like, this isn't Sharika. And they called their town Stillwater? Question mark?
Yep.
Okay.
Stillwater.
And they're like, hey, here's a Stillwater greeting, and he chucked a shovel at our heads. A fight ensued. We lit them all on fire. Then...
No, you did that. I thought about it.
Sure. Then we... Then they all came out, like, applauding us. They like, all the people we had just killed then started reappearing out of their huts and whatnot. And we're like, good job. We bought some potions from them. And then they're like, we don't know where we are right now. We don't know where we'll be tomorrow, but it's a mystery. And we all went, shit, we gotta get out of here before sundown. And we bailed, and the town disappeared behind us. Then we did come to the town of Sharika. I blacked out, and I don't know what we actually did there. I don't think it was anything really that important. We might have bought some stuff, and then we continued on our way. Did I miss anything?
We learned lore. And we
Lore.
got a quest.
They warned us about something, didn't they?
Yeah, you're gonna have to fill in those blanks.
Okay. So there's a bunch of golems. Just everything's fucked right now. You got a bow, so that's cool.
But he didn't show it off. I remember that.
We also we have been sent to the capital of Chentaka to go speak to someone in charge to get a quest to kill a bunch of things, and we'll get money out of it.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it. Look, that's all you need to know.
Golem's part, but I don't remember the rest of that.
Look,
I seriously was not paying attention. I'm sorry. We didn't discover any new symbols, did we?
no, there were no symbols.
No,
Thank
good.
God. Yeah. To be more specific, one of the wood whalers told us to go see their mistress in Chentaka about how, because we killed one of the golems, and they're like, holy shit, you did that? That's pretty pog. And we're like, yeah, that is. And so they told us to go talk to them to get a quest to kill more golems, presumably.
Cool.
Yes. So now we're on our way to Chentaka.
All right. Is DM? Do I remember if was? I'm gonna DM you.
No, I'm the DM.
I'm gonna private message you. Get all up in your PMs.
Sure.
So
Well, we're waiting. Alright, so... Yeah, after that, you guys just said we're making your way towards Chentaka. Alright.
Why does my camera keep turning off every 5 seconds?
I don't know. You
Is it a
keep
driver issue?
locking up and disappearing.
It's
Is it
camera
a
shy.
driver issue?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. There we go. Okay, so who's in the front?
Not me. My perception is garbage.
All right,
I'm probably
Akins,
probably
roll.
asleep anyway. I guess.
I think he died. With one eye open.
There's a roll. All right, Akis. From what you see, you actually have pretty good eyesight this time. Is as you're traveling through the forest, you kind of notice that there's a decent amount of wildlife out and about. Nothing too particularly dangerous. Like you see the occasional bear, but they seem to be staying clear of you guys.
As
Like,
they should.
No evil bears.
With your 24, you would also know that there's definitely Fey activity in this forest. But anytime you would see something, it seems to be more, most likely. Oh, did I accidentally extend the map? Yes, I did. Time to fix that.
Hurry, look where he extended it. Let's find the secrets.
Anyways, so yeah, like you do see this occasional Fey, but from what you can assume, is they're more of the harmless kind, or at least as harmless as you can be with Fey. Like occasionally you see the stirring of leaves, something maybe like they're probably peeking at you guys to see who the hell you guys are before basically going out to do their own business. And so far, the journey, as you get closer to Chantaka, you kind of feel more ease because the closer you are to the main city, generally the safer it is.
Okay. Are there any signs of horrible Iron Golem pluses running around?
Oh, you see nothing actually. You might find the rare occasional animal corpse, but just a quick glance at it lets you know, like, hey, it's just the wilds doing its thing.
Okay.
Nothing
Well.
unnatural. What's up?
Good.
I wanna talk to Simon. Paxi wants to talk to Simon.
What's up?
So shit. I can't remember. Dane can't remember. Was Simon around when we found the new High Priest of Erviorin, or was he after that?
That was after, and I just got
he
really
was after
confused
that.
by the
Okay.
whole situation.
Okay.
He's met her. He kind of understands, but he.
Yeah.
I mean,
At the same
Athenia
time, I'm
left
very
us.
confused.
Okay.
Athenia left us basically right
So-
after we got
so-
back from the underground.
So Simon can put our recent escapades under his belt, defeating the Grand Mage. Oh crap! What was her name? What I'm trying to get at is
Radiance.
I'm trying to. Yes, Princess Radiance, also known as.
Princess Bubblegum.
No. I'll get her name. But anyway, I'm like, Simon, you have been
Yes?
with our party for the last, week or two? However long
A little bit longer than that, but sure.
however long it's been, and you have borne witness and participated and been a big part of our adventuring. So, Chantaka, as I understand from a previous acquaintance of ours, is very steeped in. Would political rivalry be a good way to explain how Chantaka works, Akaz? I only know Chantaka through what I've heard from Sakala. So,
I mean,
but I hear of these houses,
it depends on who you ask and when you ask it. There are like there's the council, right? And there's
Mhm.
basically different representatives from the different major peoples.
Okay. So what I'm
And
getting
they're all,
at,
like,
so
there's
they're
not like different members of the council like actively out to get one another. But there are
right.
people, or at least not that I know of, but there are people, but there aren't like.
There's
I mean, as you probably know, furbolgs and high elves have very different views of the world, and as such, their members of the council can also have very different views of the world.
sure. So what I'm getting at is, um, there are political grandstanding, so to speak.
Yeah. Fair enough way to put it.
So, Simon, we're going to be counting on you to make us look as amazing as possible so that we can get our seat as closest to the head of the table as we can. Does that make sense?
I guess, but you say we. As much as I love to help out, I mean, what do I look to gain from this exactly?
Do you not think gaining favor from the head houses of an entire country would not garner you favor in some form or way?
That's a good point. Fair point.
So, if you're traveling with the party that defeated, again, I can't. I'm looking up her name right now, but the
Princess Radiance.
Princess Radiance, aka this mage name, as well as we have been traveled to and escaped the prison of not Lish. Oh, her name was Storia. We've been to and escaped the labyrinth of Ortholos. We have returned the grand. We have returned the grand priest of Irviorin to the kingdom of Margrasia. We have fought beside the avatar of what's the platinum dragon?
That one is. Let me pull up my little map. That's a lot for me to keep
We've
track
murdered
of.
our way out of prison after committing capital.
We're not
confused.
we're not gonna
Simon
Farsos.
wasn't there for
We
most of
we have
Farsos.
fought aside
Farsos.
the avatar of Farsos and cleansed the dark forest of
Meat.
meat.
Fucking Simon's over here like this, like
So like Paxi is recounting all of the things that make us absolute goddamn heroes in
I'm gonna
the
have to roll deception on that because I know nothing and I'm gonna have to act like I'm a part of that.
Well,
So
I mean, you don't have to act like you were a part of it. You just say how cool we are and how cool you are for being around us
yeah.
and doing some of that stuff.
Can you just say,
all right. So going down the
this
list, 'cause I'm
group
opening
that
a
I am a
fucking
part
notepad.
of.
Holding a notepad for all these names again. So to top off to start the list, landed in. Oh, what's the
So
first
he's
area
including
called
the
again?
part where we murdered our way
Shador.
out of prison, right?
Shador. No, we are not including that.
It was an evil prison.
Yeah, I don't want to include made an enemy of an entire
nation.
country. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's an evil country.
Hold on.
So we might bring it up a little bit.
I don't know
Koreans?
about that.
Oh no! Okay.
So we reinstated the Grand Priestess,
Head
The
priestess,
high
high
the
priestess
head
High
High
priestess, I think?
Priestess.
of Irviorin in Margrasia.
I don't know how to spell that. I'm gonna spell however it works for me.
Spell how you think you say it,
or-
Yeah.
and then mispronounce it later. That'd be funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
No,
fought
I have
alongside.
a Gab for that.
We
so-
fought alongside the avatar of
Yep, I got that
Farsos, the platinum dragon, to cleanse a
Defeat
dark
this
forest.
man.
Or-
I'm just gonna keep calling it meat. Like we can call it other things. We should call it other things, but it's the meat forest, and we had to kill Meat Man to stop the meat.
defeat. You know what we're gonna say? We're gonna say we saved the town of God, what's of that one? What was this? That
What was
place that
that?
we went to? Nathicus?
Yeah, we saved the town of Nathicus. Well, we did not. They are totally fucking dead. But anyway,
We liberated.
there we
the
go.
town of
Yes!
Nathicus
Survivors not included.
by defeating Princess
Radiant.
Princess Radiance, also known
yeah,
as
aka
Nadia. No, sorry, Storia, the Master Scholar.
Okay, so I got 3 things.
We beat
so
up a
far.
nerd. Cool.
We landed
Wait,
in Shade. The party landed in Shador.
I don't
Let's-
think Radiance
and
and Story are the same person.
And saved everyone
What?
alongside the Avatar of Pharsos.
DM,
Then-
wasn't Storia and... So, Bristol was the town that she created. Wait, what is Shia of Ladarka? Why do I have that name here? I thought Storia...
Shia of the Dark.
DM? Makes sense of all
Matt.
of this. Wait, it was Shia of Ladarka? I thought it was...
Ladaka.
Oh, there's no R. So she was the one that can make alternate realities. Storia was just a scholar.
Yeah.
To your knowledge, yes.
Great.
I mean, you do also possess a. Well, you have a possession of Storia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her secret message hidden in the dragon boning bug. We should give that to Simon. He might need it later.
What? I also have I have a repertoire of spells
I
of
see.
Storias that I bought.
Okay. So Shia of Ladaka.
Yes.
That is...
Uh,
Did she have
How
a...
do you spell Ledaka? L-E-D-A-C-A.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A-K-A.
AKA Shia.
It's
So
a
Shia
It's a C-A.
of Ledaka, the Master Scholar.
No. She's not a scholar.
No, those are 2
Did-
different people.
Did she have a title that we came across?
Who? Shia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she was referred to herself as Princess Radiance or Shia Radiance, but
Yes.
Got
she
it.
did not have any title though. Besides,
Got it.
someone
Okay.
mentioned her being a prodigy child. That was it. She didn't have any title.
I feel like I remember.
All right,
Again,
these
possibly-
three things are
Leave the
wanting to
part
go
where
off.
she's a child out of this. That'll make us sound bad.
Well,
We
she
liberated
wasn't
the town of Nathicus by defeating Princess Radiance, aka Shia of Ladaka. Not only this, I mean, wait, where is that located? This
we
is at the
came-
edge of Margratia.
We traveled to and returned from the not the Feywild, the Shadowfell. Yes.
It's the other direction. You go one way, you get
And-
the Shadowfell. You go
and-
the other way, you get the Feywild.
And spoke with an emissary of
the Raven Queen.
the Raven Queen. Yes. Thank you, Akaz. We're
Held
just
diplomatic
seriously like hamming ourselves up here to give us
held
like
diplomatic relations between the emissary of the Raven Queen and who talked to her? Paxi. So that's going to have to fluff Paxi up here.
Okay, we've defeated.
Good idea.
We have defeated golems created by the Lifesmith.
Dozens of times. At
Singular.
least like
No,
6 times.
singular. We have killed one. I don't.
we
The other
killed-
two, you've either avoided.
Yeah,
survived,
we
or
ran the
survived.
hell away from the other ones.
Okay, no, we killed the illusion one. We killed the illusion one.
Oh, that is true.
That was a nice.
Yeah, okay,
one.
yeah.
So, plural.
We can use
We-
the word
You
multiple.
killed two, you sealed away one of them, and the last one just ran away from you guys.
Okay.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Anything
The
else to
the
add?
dr-
What
the
do you got
dr-
so
The
far?
wiggly guy. The wiggly guy.
Oh, we technically dropped the drain dude into a black hole. We'll count that as a win.
We have defeated 4, killed 2, but bested 4. That
All right, how long would you? Here's
multiple.
an important question.
Multiple.
Go on.
What question? God damn it, my camera turned off again. Fucking whatever.
friends.
Okay, I can see you guys.
Uh-huh.
So, in regards to Shador, like since landing in Shador, how long has it been, DM, since our excursions have started?
Well, I can actually tell you, it's been exactly
Oh, thank
Honestly,
you.
I'd say probably maybe 2 months at this point is probably the
Jesus
safe bet.
Christ, it's a lot going
Damn,
on.
we're
in
making
2
quick
months.
work.
Mm-hmm.
We are. We're back. I mean, look, this is a video game. It's fine. We're the
All
protagonist.
in the span of 2 months.
Wait,
Think of all the other possibilities.
and
The degenerates.
we have also
Can-
defeated several metal golems brought here by the Rift Weaver Zenasa.
I love.
Yes, I mean,
yes,
we've
the Rift
also-
Weezer, my favorite song, in the Dark Void.
That's the one I was going with. Okay.
Wait a second. Where's
But
where's the fighters
mean,
guild? We need to go do like
also-
5 missions for them, and then become the leaders.
Yeah.
you're right.
Right.
I mean, to be
Save
fair,
the
Actually, we
economy of Margracia.
we fought several evil things from nether dimensions. brought
Yeah,
here by Dimension Warden.
that's the Rift Weaver. She brought
Yeah.
those here. They're not going to know what
Yeah.
Project Eden is, but they will know
No.
who the Rift Weaver is.
No one.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't even
robot
need to say
and-
that. We can just say we saved the economy of Margracia single-handedly, because the mines where they make.
I mean, that
Oh,
is-
okay. Yeah, that's
So
a good
we're
way to spin
economic
that.
Experts as well.
For
Exactly.
sure. Because that
Also,
whole
I got-
thing
I got
was
a-
brought
I got
on by
6 things.
Zenasa.
Also, we should probably list the things that we have done that specifically help the people of Chaluda, specifically, which is we are somewhat competent. We have a decent KD ratio on creatures created by the Livesmith,
Yeah,
which
but
that's
zero.
what's
I mean,
attacking
yeah.
them.
We have a
It's just
zero.
a K. It's just a K,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
even a KD
We do
ratio.
not have a 0 KD ratio. Paxi has
Yeah, we
straight
have
up died.
Depends
No,
how
no,
you
no.
define
It's
it.
in
Yeah.
Chaluda.
Yeah, it's a 2-to-1 KD ratio right now on Livesmith creatures.
Oh, another thing in Margracia, slaying a beholder who
Yeah. Who was a
Yes.
dickhead, but
Please do not put the word slain in quotation marks, because he is definitely still alive.
cheated multiple rounds.
we killed one of them. Beholders have a weird life cycle. They're scary creatures.
Killed him, but at the
Also-
same time you didn't.
We have
What was
also,
the name of the fucker?
We killed him, and he
Uh,
thanked us for the opportunity.
His name you're looking for.
There's
Mark
our
knows
guy.
it.
Zarzarzai.
Zert.
Wait,
Zarzar.
no. Scratch that. He does not want to know. He doesn't want anybody to know he exists.
Wow.
You're right. We
But
killed
what
a
about
lit.
Oh, don't worry. I'll show them that he
killed-
exists.
Just say we killed a beholder in no man's land. That's it.
Kill-
Kennedy's
I'm going to say.
dead. Nothing else we should think about.
Anyways, Chentaka.
God, what is that thing where you just use your elbow from the sky? Just called fucking. Isn't there
Elbow
like
drop.
an actual name?
An
Huh?
elbow drop.
It's
an
elbow drop.
That's it. That's all
Yeah.
it's called. Okay, that's
When you
pretty
jump
boring.
off the top rope and you land on your elbow, you elbow drop the beholder through a spinning cloud of knives, not dying in the process.
Hey, Agus.
Yeah.
Up
Got
ahead,
it.
through the canopy, you can see numerous massive towering trees. It's a sign that Chentaka is getting really close.
What is okay? I am bad at this, and so is everyone else here. Anagen is the demon, right?
Yes.
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 What is the lich's name?
Votros.
Vosotros.
Okay.
Votros the
Votros.
Undying.
But he's dead.
So
He's
we-
gone. We busted his
I bet-
ass.
and-
So he's
But
now
we-
on Votros the Dead.
Exactly.
Oh,
Stupid man,
yeah.
really.
We
He
could
died.
put. Yeah. Akaz
I mean, yes.
destroyed a lich.
I mean, yeah. And we've dealt with and since the followers of Anagen are also here in Chaluda, saying we killed one of his strongest followers is a good thing.
All right.
Dude,
So the-
we are
which story is
amazing.
We are!
Except-
compiling a massive as fuck reference.
Except in the kingdom of or the
I mean, look,
the Boomies Theocracy.
the movies theocracy.
We
Except
are
there, they
amazing.
fucking hate us.
single, we
Yeah,
broke
we
out
don't
of
have
their
to know about that. You
DM,
don't get a
DM,
horrible
I
Joker's
am.
reference.
Yeah, DM. I'm sorry if you wanted something cool to happen there. It's not happening. We're never going back.
Unless you have a reason to.
Just tear up
I
that
mean-
page.
I mean, we have
I don't
Buddy.
know. I'd kind of like to go back. There's some more assholes that need killing.
Also,
Swalbow's
we
just like,
can-
I want to get back to my hack and slash.
I feel like if we just sent Swalbow after them, then he just won't die, and
Now-
all of them will die.
See, now
But all of
if you
I
put
just
in
need to get to the thing where I can't die while I'm raging, and I never stop raging, and
Right.
then I'll just go in there single-handedly.
so these are all the pros. The cons are we made enemies of the entire country of the Boomies theocracy. Also, we unleashed Akentep, the Emperor of Death, upon this
No, we
continent.
didn't release Akentep. We released a priestess of
a
Akentep.
servant of.
Look,
Yeah,
also,
we're gonna.
Aryu did that.
You realize we're
So
gonna have to
if-
deal with that later. Wait, do we even know about that?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, we were.
She straight
Okay,
up appeared,
we
like
being
said,
everyone
"Thank
but
you for
Simon.
freeing me," and just walked out with no one stopping her.
And Simon wasn't there for this entire thing. It was Athenia at the time.
Uh huh.
Yeah, Simon doesn't know about
So-
this. I'm
so-
not saying
You
anything.
know what?
Yep.
Actually, yeah, Athenia is dealing with it. She knows about it. She's
You know what?
tweeting
I'll-
know that it happened. She's
Also,
dealing
another
with
black
it.
mark to add to your thing is the fact that you kind of fed a remnant artifact, like resources to make it.
Wait a minute. Aryu did that too.
I know I did.
Wait a minute.
I don't remember that.
Of our list of bad things, I think two of the three are on Aryu. What are the four?
Oh, whoa! Just because I allowed wealth
The
to
Dragonborn?
was
That's
to
pretty messed up.
physical form doesn't mean that's a bad thing. It just
Okay.
means it just
Did
means
the
Wait.
rest of us know that was Aryu? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
nobody knows that was even
Know
Aryu.
who gave
We-
Aryu?
we just know that- Yeah, we just know. Well, Splitter leveled up.
Yeah.
Somehow.
So,
Let's
so
count.
Simon,
Well, Splitter got stronger. Aryu.
I think.
Princess
But
got
we
out.
don't. But we don't know
Aryu.
that.
so
we don't,
I'm
but-
recounting all of this, pros and cons to Simon. Like, just so you know, like it's not all sunshine and rainbows. We fucked up majorly at a few places.
What?
Exactly. But we're again, we have more positives than negatives. How many things have we killed? Only 2 of us have died. And both of us are just Yeah.
2 of us have died, but you're standing right in front of me. I
got
got
We got better. Yeah.
He does the Shia LaBeouf magic.
I think this is good enough. Landing in Shador, the degenerates saved the city of Witchdor alongside the Avatar of Farsa. Point 1. And then, wait, I gotta.
You guys,
Is that all that happened in Witchdor?
I mean, we did a lot of murder. We killed a lot of meat.
Okay, I need to put this in
You also played a
chronological order.
I mean, you
Oh,
could
what?
say
Oh yeah, I did play the stealth mission,
You-
but we don't have to
so-
talk about
you could say we uncovered and defeated the great evil of Wixtor alongside of the Avatar of Pharsos.
That's a lot.
There was also that part where one of our party members went into a corpse and grave robbed.
No,
Wait,
we don't.
who did what now?
that. No, he's not here. We don't know about that.
This is not Swolbo saying this.
Oh, okay.
Swolbo doesn't care at all about this conversation.
I did not
Understandable.
dig up the grave of a recently deceased boy killed in cold blood and summon
yeah,
a demon with his essence.
Oh yeah.
Just because I can.
I was
Swolbo
thinking more
forgot
about
the second
healer.
time we did grave robbing.
And how the fuck is
Time.
Simon the lawful evil one? The fuck?
Because I didn't.
You're more of a
do it.
lawful
Swolbo
neutral,
didn't
buddy.
Do it.
Apparently, no.
Uh,
By definition, my character's lawful evil. By definition, you guys are serial killers.
We didn't know.
Welcome to the murder hobo party. You'll fit right in.
Actually,
we are not serial killers. We don't follow an MO. We just murder anyone.
No.
that's a
We're not-
mass murder.
We're not
actually.
serial killers. We're war criminals.
I mean, being a barbarian
Boy,
is a
I can't
war
wait to
crime,
play D&D
actually.
and commit more war crimes.
I mean, you're right.
This is why.
Oh
This
boy!
is why all of our parents say D&D is a satanic game.
Oh boy! Time to kill some innocent people. Anyways, okay, so you
Oh
guys.
yes, Mickey Mouse with a
Going
knife.
after Chentaka.
Casualties. Anyway,
And we're probably still less evil than Disney. It's okay.
Yeah. Until one of us plays an artificer
Political-
and develops a fucking nuke.
Political commentary.
Who wants to play an artificer and actually create a nuke?
I mean, if we got Ron back, I'm sure he'd get around
Don't
to
tempt me.
Actually, I don't want to play about. I have other character ideas than nuke artificer.
So you guys arrived to Chentaka.
Oh my god, this is a big map. This is giving me a god.
I mean, we're in a capital city again.
So you see massive towering trees streaking straight up to the skyline, taller than anything you've ever seen. And then you can see, even though there's a lot of buildings and stuff, it's very much incorporated into a giant forest. But as you guys start pulling up, though, it's kind of bewildering. Like, wow, this is very different from anything else you've seen. Hey, because you're kind of familiar with this place. You probably haven't visited the capital that much because, big, busy, bustling city. But it's not too much of a surprise. However, as you guys pull up, you notice one of the trees starts moving. And I can see these branches start cracking and whatnot, and the tree starts rotating, revealing a face.
I give him a nod.
He starts staring at you guys. You can hear some sounds of earth being tossed in the air as his root-like feet start pulling out of the ground, and he starts stopping towards you guys.
Okay.
I will bring the cart to a stop.
State your business here in Chentaka.
We are adventurers who were sent here because someone needed some help. Some wood whalers told us to come this way.
He kind of closes his eyes for a brief moment, then opens them. You can see there's a couple birds and stuff on his branches that are kind of disturbed with him moving, but he shakes his head slightly.
I'll take your word for it, Giantkin.
And then he looks at everyone else in the cart.
Oh, we're with him.
Do not disturb the peace of Chentaka.
Then he turns to you, Aegis.
Please.
Then he just starts slowly lumbering over to the spot he was stationed, and he slowly sinks back into the ground. And it becomes indistinguishable from a regular tree.
They make good cards. I'll keep going. I'll keep us going.
So,
Dylan, I probably should have asked this question yesterday. Would I know who this mistress the wood whaler sent me to see was? Do I know if the leader of the wood whalers is a woman?
You do. In fact, you kind of know, I believe I sent something, but everyone here knows what every council member is. They probably don't know all the details, but they at least know, every race and what individual represents that race.
Gotcha.
All right. So, do we know when this is a council meeting essentially, right? Not even council, but a gathering of sorts. I mean, isn't that one of the reasons why we went to the capital? Hello?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Oh, 1 second.
Yeah.
Well, you're not talking to all of us, but I thought that was our current objective, to seek an audience with the Grand Council.
So we can fuck up some robots. No, again, I can't say that. Robots are different. So we can fuck up some golems.
We can
Wait,
fuck
this
up
is
some
the capital?
countries.
Yes.
Chentaka is the capital?
Yes,
Yes,
you
we're
are
in the capital right now.
Gotcha.
It is where the coalition of all races of Chaluda gather. Well, coalition of all races is probably the better to describe it, because that's just not redundant. Anyways, I will say this though: none of you guys, even you Aegis, really know the layout of this whole place, because it's very vast, and there's a lot of areas where races might intermingle, while some more places are more like districts, where you find more of a certain race than others. Now, I will say this though, Aegis, you do know one exact location that is everyone knows, which is the gathering tree, where all the council members go to have their meeting, which is this tree right here.
I
Okay.
gotta zoom the fuck out.
Is
Um,
this like following everyone here? Oh, there we go.
yeah.
Shift.
All right.
That is the gathering
question.
tree.
Would I know a little bit about this, considering capital city, traveling through Chaluda to get to
Maybe you would probably have heard of the gathering tree, but you wouldn't know where it would
No,
be.
not the gathering tree. Just have been to the capital.
But,
Like just passing through. I am a bard,
you probably.
and if it's a central hub,
so like, what sort of information do you think you would know?
I mean,
Because
just
like
the
passing through
layout
here,
and where like the busiest area is, a good drink that I could get, perhaps.
usually there's a couple of various inns and things and quote unquote pubs, but they're kind of more stylized depending on the area. You've probably been to a couple, but before you left, you probably heard word of a particular inn that is often favored, but due to the fact that it has very high quality food and service, but it's not too busy because it's more reclusive.
Okay, cool. Important question: do they sell fish and chips?
It won't be the same.
Also, speaking of
It
which,
won't be, no.
we have food upstairs.
Most places here, usually predominantly elven, do not serve any form of meat. But there are a couple though, such as Tabaxi Run, which are more like have actual meat. But that one inn you heard of, which, if I remember correctly, the name is called the Forest Grace, sells and like offers a
Lorpus
great.
grapes? What?
Forest's Grace.
No, we can't do that here.
Yeah, but anyways, it's the Forest
Okay.
Grace, which is an inn, which is the one that Simon heard, and it offers all sorts of food. And seems to, well, the main reason why it is more popular is not only is it reclusive and not as busy, but they're willing to offer their service to any and all races as well as accommodate them accordingly. Like obviously, it's like an Elven Run Inn. They're not going to offer any sort of meat even to a race that needs to have only meat. So basically, the only time you'll really get the service you want is get to go to an inn that's run by that sort of race. But the Forest Grace is an inn that this accommodates basically anyone and everyone, so it's more popular for travelers and the occasional residents.
Wait a minute. Did you say that there are like race-run inns?
Yes, inns that are more accommodating to certain races.
Okay.
There are. I mean, this is a very multicultural place with very
Appreciate it.
diverse cultural needs.
As we're
Oh,
going
shit.
through the streets, do I see
Hi.
other
I mean, you'd see
Shit.
Tabaxi, you'd see
Yeah,
furbolgs like me, you'd see both kinds of elves.
yeah, you can see through the streets as you guys are riding through. Actually, I'll wait till Drew gets back. He's almost back.
Okay.
He just
Yeah.
dropped me off my sandwich.
Yeah, fuck
Do-
him. What does he know?
actually
I'll already do that.
throughout like our entire trip, like here, tieflings have been like a really underrepresented race, right?
Have we met a third tiefling? We know you.
We know me. We know
Manala.
Manala. That's like it, right?
Yep. To your knowledge, you have not encountered a single tiefling besides Manala.
Even in this city, I'm like not even seeing them.
You are sticking out like a massive sore thumb. In fact, you would be surprised. Like, I will see this as well. You don't need to roll perception. When that tree guy was looking at you guys, you had a sneaking suspicion that he was more looking at you. Actually.
Like, do I get like police racial profiling from him?
I mean,
he is a fae.
Also, fire is illegal, and you are made of fire. Like, fire just happens around you.
It is literally in my blood.
Anyways,
Sorry.
But yeah, so among the roads you walk, like you guys are traveling down, you can see various elves. You can see Tabaxi. You can see occasionally an Iroquois flying above you guys. You can see a couple of more odd races, like an occasional centaur. You can find an occasional group of furbolgs. Like not many furbolgs. Seems like out of all the races, furbolgs are the least common you're seeing here. Besides, maybe like an odd centaur. And if you were to look closer, you might see some shimmers through the air, which you might just think it would just be your eyes playing tricks on you. But for Akaz, you know for a fact that there's Fae also in the crowd, but keeping themselves hidden.
I see.
So there's a lot of races here. No tieflings. In fact, you guys don't even see humans or dwarves or halflings.
Half elf?
You might see the look like a human, like an elf, but if you look closely, you can see it's a half elf. But there's not that many of them either. They're also a minority.
Man, all these tall people.
Swallow must feel bad. He was around his own people for so long.
Hey, kitty.
All right. So, assuming I know where to go, I will first take us to this mistress that we were instructed to see.
All these tall, thin people.
No one who is a perfect cube, equilateral in all 3 dimensions, like Swolbo is. Swolbo occupies exactly 5 feet squared.
But here's the.
Oh no, I'm not that tall.
I'll say this though, because the problem is you guys don't even know where this wood elf council leader is.
Well, I guess I'll maybe. That seems like kind of presumptuous. I guess I maybe would try and find a wood whaler or a cop or someone who might point us in the right direction. I feel like swinging by the gathering or the gathering tree seems a bit presumptuous.
So what is the big plan?
I want to. Well, if Simon will tell me about this inn he knows about, I might start pulling us in that direction.
Oh yeah, Forest Grace.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm eating something. My bad.
Shouldn't we learn when the meeting's gonna happen first?
We can probably find that information out.
It doesn't. It's not like something that happens over the course of an hour. It takes place over days. Like it is. It has been happening and is happening.
Oh, it's currently happening.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
DM.
No, I cannot.
So there's a lot of tabaxi around here.
Yes.
Did Feather of the Wing? She's tabaxi, right?
Yes, she's a cat lady.
Yeah, she comes.
Did she have? You're really big on symbolism. Now that I'm like looking at this city full of, what are they? High elves, mostly.
A large chunk of it seems to be mostly elves, both high and wood elves.
Okay.
And also tabaxi. That's the dominant race.
Okay. Now that I'm seeing this city full of high elves, tabaxi, and wood elves, do I recognize, looking back through my memory, any house symbol or anything that might represent something like that from Feather? Like
roll history.
Okay. Could do that. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Just
So
say no.
tabaxis are not part of a house. Recalling like bits and pieces of tabaxi that you know. Oh, god damn it, cat! I know you want my attention. Anyways, for tabaxi, they have clans, and obviously they have their names, which are based off of stories, adjectives, or something, and that their clan is completely different. Tabaxis, depending on which clan, either display their clan heritage proudly or they hide it, depending on what the reputation is. For Feather of the Wing, her attire was kind of unique because, she's a druid, but she didn't seem to have any sort of symbols or some sort of trinket that would stand out. So if she does have a clan, actually, no. Yeah, roll a natural 20. You would know this. In fact, some tabaxis who completely hide, like, not all of them do hide their clan heritage because, it's a clan, it's their family, they should be proud of it. So, since you roll a natural 20, you would know for a fact that if there's a tabaxi who do not have any sort of symbolism or anything that marks what their clan is, it means that they're clanless. So, and clanless is not a good thing for tabaxis. Either clanless is if they're orphans or if they've been exiled from their clan.
Which we already know is illegal.
Okay. So let me ask
Feather
this.
the Wing is clanless.
So she is clanless, and I never really dove into that, but now that it's like hitting me,
As soon as Paxi goes to sleep, he's fucking casting.
yeah, I just like snap like wide open, like oh shit, the feather of the wing is clanless. So can I? Okay, I wanna assume something here that
Makes
though
sense if you
though feather of the wing is clanless, did maybe even like her color scheme or some sort of trinket that I saw on her is still a remnant of her old clan that I can maybe look out for in this town, or was she like a blank slate?
Well, I mean, she has a distinctive fur color scheme because she's white, gray with white hair.
I mean, yeah, that's her fur color, but like the things that she was wearing, something that might even like yeah, she's clanless, but if she ever had one, maybe she had something that was like something she couldn't let go of.
From what you've remembered, she did not seem to have anything of that sort. Like she had, she wore like colorful, more colorful attire than you'd expect from a druid. But the only thing she had that really stood out was her staff, which obviously is her spell cat focus, and that little remnant stick she had that would allow her to detect remnants just as Akis can.
Okay.
Besides that, she didn't have anything. So either she completely abolished any sort of relation to whatever clan she was, or yeah, if anything, being exiled from a clan or being clanless is considered to be a very shameful thing for Tabaxis, because family is family. So to turn your back on family, or to have your family turn back on you, means something really bad happened.
Never turn your back on family.
yeah.
Tabaxi stick it through thick and thin. So if you were to become clanless, then something awful happened.
So I know we talked to Sakala. We know she's clanless because of pork.
Houseless.
But we never talked to, or we never even got that idea from Feather.
Yep, she never implied. And she did not give any sort of hint.
Maybe she likes it that way.
I mean, she's a druid. We all just assume that she's like a homeless hippie.
That's not nice, but true.
Wow.
I mean, to be fair, Akis, you were one of the individuals who decided to sleep in the bushes instead of the inn.
Yeah. Even when we have a chance to sleep in a house, you sleep outside.
You weren't there for that, Simon.
I'm saying this out of character.
I slept inside at the Bibble and Bobble because there were no bushes outside, but you don't know that.
Hey, there was hay.
Okay, so knowing this or having this revelation, I want to go to Akaz. Like, Akaz, you spoke with Feather, like, at length, being a fellow druid. Like, did you ever pick up that she was house, clan, family lists?
I mean, I noticed that she didn't have any kind of identifying marker, but didn't press on the issue. Like, I mean, how would you feel if someone who barely knew you and your only similarity was that you share a country of origin and like a class is like, hi there, are your parents dead? Like, it's not a thing to do.
I mean,
I don't believe you.
It's not, hey, your parents dead, are you an orphan too? It's more along the lines of like, this is out of the ordinary, right? Like most.
Hi there. Why did your family kick you out of the clan?
Okay,
what did you
okay.
do wrong?
No.
Your parents are dead. Are you Batman?
To be, I mean, as Simon's right here, like, kind of, I mean, from this continent, just listening to this is like, had never heard such bullshit before from Bagsy. It's just like, what?
This is honestly, this is pretty standard Paxi level bullshit. He has a very poor sense of privacy because he wants to hear all the lore from Dylan.
Okay, look.
Who is Dylan?
Look, and I like
Don't worry
point
about
to
it.
my horns like, do you not understand what these represent? Have you seen anybody on this entire continent with horns like this? I am an
Yes.
outcast.
Yes.
Besides Sakala. Or not Sakala, besides Manala. I mean,
Yes.
there's one other person on this entire continent that shares my heritage. I understand in like every cell of my being what it means to be an outcast. And let me tell you, it fucking sucks. So, to see another person with an entire city of people exactly like them cast that person out, that is an anomaly that needs to be explored and or solved in my eyes. That is
You know what?
not
I was
okay.
I was not expecting an actual answer there, out of character. Fair enough. Fair enough.
What was this out of character?
No. This is
This is me out of
100%.
character
This is
saying-
Paxi saying like the whole better like this is Paxi's like better loved and lost than never have loved at all sort of speech. Like there are people that he sees that have been a part of a family or community that have been rejected and shunned by that community, and Paxi has never once in his entire existence known community, yet he sees it all the time and yearns for it constantly.
Paxi. You're talking about all this, right? I mean, you're talking about the same character, kind of.
Sure.
Except.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's this neat place. It's called the Auseland Empire. There's a lot of tieflings there. Like a lot.
Yeah.
Taxi cast fly and just leaves.
And
Yeah.
you're the majority here. You're
Pat-
in the majority here. I'm sorry, buddy.
Paxi comes up with a convenient excuse as of why. Oh, right. Paxi's being haunted by an evil shadow woman that wants to steal his soul, and the only possible knowledge of the artifact that might be able to save him is on this damn continent.
No, she doesn't want to steal your soul. She wants to steal your spear and then your soul.
Yeah, no, she just wants to
right.
straight up kill me.
I thought you were just talking about camaraderie with other, some other tieflings. Like shit, this got deep, man.
Ho ho, she wants
That's
Paxi's spear, eh?
Morning said that.
The
I'm mad
beautiful
about it.
lady. Mhm. Anyway,
That's a god damn it.
I'll be back.
so
Anyways, so
up until like coming to this continent, Paxi didn't have money to like go to places. Like so I get yeah, cool. So Paxi grew up as most tieflings do in places that are not friendly to tieflings, like in the streets. And he's a decently good-looking guy despite, you know, his devil heritage. There's some people that are into that and
Whoa! That's racist to yourself.
sure, why not? And so
Is there
one
racist-
day he met a woman who was into the horned, handsome dude look, and he's like, you know what? He put this woman to bed, and noticed she had some nice looking trinkets around her house, opened up a shiny looking box, got slammed in the chest by a mystical, magical white light, and heard voices in his head, and from then on he could summon a spear and cast Eldritch Blast. Welcome to my backstory. It's weird.
That's fair.
Cool.
It's more detailed than most of our backstories, even mine.
I came from Ulazor.
I've heard better.
you hear a nearby tree speak.
What the? How long have you been alive? That's not fair.
The tree turns, you can see his face.
As old as this forest.
Yeah, they
As they
Okay, but how old's the
turn,
forest?
never try to look, Paxi. Never try to tell a story to a tree, and they're never impressed by it. I've tried. Everyone
At
I
least
know
a
has tried.
giant kid knows.
I'm like half tempted to start like going into like, oh yeah, have you heard of this story about some ancient dude who had a hammer that shone like the sun? You know what?
Every time I
Well,
hear that story, Devilkin, I get sleepy.
Yeah? What's the hero's name if you're so smart?
He turns his face and looks
Fuck
at
you!
You can see like the bushy green leaves on his brow start furrowing.
You're not high enough level to unlock this lore.
God.
You're the
You're not high
name
enough to
of
use this
the
sword.
one who wielded the hammer.
Come on, come on, come on! Come on!
Haven't
he's-
heard that story in a while. Now that I think about it. It was a human, I think. Not really interesting or told here. But back when there were a lot of humans passing through these forests, he told about it a lot.
I hate you so
Get-
much. I hate you so much. You're
Hello
gonna
there, welcome
die. Oh, what's that? You want this taste a little bit of lore? Do you, Paxi? No! You're not allowed to have it. You get Treebeard, the motherfucker who can't talk for more than 17 hours and can't get a damn sentence out. Get out of here!
Very
Sensing
true.
some hostility there,
Rajok.
Paxi. I wonder why.
His name is Rajok.
Oh God! Spell
More
it!
names.
Wait a minute. Everyone calm the fuck down. Let's put that lore revelation to the side for a second. Dane, what the fuck are you wearing?
Huh? It's Daddy
Why
Shark.
Why though? But like
I have 2 kids!
you
They're
are
both very
one
tiny.
of them.
I am! None of you get to deserve to wear this shirt but me!
I gotta turn down Danny. He's like flipping his mic every quarter.
His the tree's eyes like furrow further.
Yeah, it's been the first time since I've seen anyone ask about that story.
Story, I say, and I fucking summon Morning as a hammer, and I go, look at her! She's here! Now!
Suddenly you see several nearby trees start stirring. Loud
Taxi,
sounds of
taxi.
cracking.
No,
Taxi,
he
you've alerted the
doesn't.
horde.
No,
Taxi, taxi,
Simon just
leave
gets
that.
up and like Simon sees what's going on. He's like, oh, shit, here we go again. No, he doesn't mean any trouble. He's just
From
wanted
Ruckus.
to he's just showing off his cool magic tricks. You know, like
So
like
got-
and then
the
I
tree
use
that you've been showing your hammer, Taxi, you notice one of the branches grabs the hammer.
I notice
Like
it grabs
the
the hammer.
Then, like the tendrils and stuff start wrapping around its handle and stuff, and you just hear Mulling go, Paxi?
I'm holding
Please don't
on.
Anger the talking trees.
You're safe.
No,
You
she's
can see
not.
he starts pulling the hammer towards his face, and he's dragging you along Paxi. Kind
No,
of
I'll let her go. I can bamf her
Okay,
back
so
to
you-
me.
So you let her go.
I say,
Alright.
like, don't worry. Like, I got this. Like, don't be afraid. I give her calming words. I don't know, and I let go.
Simon just
So
goes
he's
up to him and
holding
is
the
like,
hammer. Looking
can Simon
close.
try to defuse the situation?
No,
attempt?
shut up!
No.
You shut up and sit down. This is more information I've got in the last 2 months.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to calm the situation. You
Look,
just
no
angered the
one-
horde.
No one is trying to kill anyone else. Just hold.
No
the
one's
spell
angry.
slots
No one's
until we need them. Last time you tried to charm someone, you got them
I was
killed.
going to use a spell.
I literally just summoned like Paul Bunyan is a bad analog here.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's holding the hammer, like looking over Morning and stuff. Like he's like not saying a word. After a bit, he kind of just stops. Kind of like just stares at her for a while. Then a bit, you notice like some cracking sounds of wood, and you can see his lips are parting into a smile.
So that is how it is.
I'll snap my fingers and bring her back.
When you do that, his smile vanishes, and he's immediately scowling. Then he just slowly sinks back into the ground, as well as the other trees start blending in.
They don't say nothing?
You can talk with the stick.
Did he say anything to you, Morning?
She stays silent for a bit. Then she eventually says, "Yeah, you asked me a lot of questions."
Did I interrupt a conversation just now? I apologize. I'm so sorry.
You did. I don't think he's going to be talking to us anytime soon now, but I kind of learned a little bit. from the story.
His thirst for lore was his undoing.
I can only hear things from the
lore.
outside, and he was getting creepy, so I brought you back. I didn't
He was
know.
reminiscing. He was remembering things, apparently, before Chentaka became this.
Does the name Rijolk mean anything to you?
It sounds like it's familiar, but I can't place where. Maybe it was the name of my... Well, I guess past life is a better term, so because I can't recall anything ever since that box. But whatever it was, seems that this tree... No. That's rude to call him that. The Trent. He knew about the story. He was mostly talking to himself about it for bits and pieces.
Did you get his name, by the way?
Pretty good. The Trent?
Mm-hmm.
No, he never told me his name.
Fair enough.
Then again, he also mentioned something about him having no need for it.
No need for it, as in the story?
The name.
The name.
Oh, gotcha. Sure, that makes sense. We'll talk about this later.
Yes, and maybe
Where
next
is-
time, probably don't take me back when we're in the middle of a conversation.
You know, I keep hearing about the ability to communicate with sentient weapons when I'm not even in contact with them. We should probably work on that.
We should, if we can find a way to do that. Maybe, like how I've been developing my powers, we should probably find another material that will probably cause that.
Yes.
Because I think that's the safest bet, because as of right now, I cannot think we can train to do this, because we are not, well, I'm not like a person where I can just do several push-ups and get stronger, like your brick house friend.
Yes, DM, I understand what you are telling me.
So here's what you do, Paxi. You get another morning crystal, another piece of glass you can use to power her up, and just shove it in your fucking skull.
Yes. Perfect.
That will allow you to telepathically communicate with Morning. And also, you'll be dead, but it'll be
Yeah, I was
fine.
gonna say something about the afterlife. Sure.
Exactly. Your ghost will be able to psychically communicate with Morning. Anyway, where is this inn, Mr. the Dungeon Master Man?
I can
don't
tell
know.
you where it is.
I take you there. I take us there. We. The
This
group, the
inn
party.
would be located.
What, the Forest Grace?
Yes.
The forest grace.
That's the one who knows about it.
Okay, Mr. Simon Man, friend. Where is it?
Because I traveled through here.
Yes.
It would
Mr.
be
DM,
located-
it is here.
What?
Where is it? Where?
Oh,
Oh,
the gathering spot's right here.
that's the gathering
Yeah,
tree.
that's not what I pinged. I pinged here.
That's the Forest
No,
Grace.
okay.
That is a giant tree. There are no buildings inside it. However,
Except for the building that's
Here.
inside of it.
There are buildings.
Hey, don't just give me this. You know what? Fucking let me roll deception.
Let me roll
Oh,
deception
you-
against the location of the Forest Grace. Natural
That's gonna be an
20!
investigation. You.
You deceive God himself.
That's investigation, Drew.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out where it is from when I was last here.
From what you recall, the exact details down to the T. It is right here.
Fantastic.
It's near where you play.
Oh, it's almost like I fucking pinged it.
No, you pinged this, Drew.
I was off by a couple inches.
Anyway, so you guys head over there.
Yes. So we're take you guys to this great place. I've been here once or twice, maybe 6 times while I was in town. Pretty great. pretty good alcohol. Great information hub. Great place to perform, actually.
I don't think you've been there.
Yeah, but how else would I know? Dylan, I was... Okay.
Look, every time Simon
You've
says
been to
something,
several inns here, I will say this, but as you were leaving, you heard people talking about this one particular inn, because your stays at the other inns weren't that favorable.
Oh, thank you for telling me this after the fact that I tried to sell it. Then I wouldn't go there.
No, deception.
No? Fuck it. Just go to a different one. I don't know. I don't know what other ones there are.
well, on the way there, I want to try and stop. Are there wood whalers in the city proper?
Yes, you're in the city proper.
Well, I would want to, while we're going by one of them towards the inn, ask them where their mistress, the person we're looking for, is, or where we can find them.
So you're asking.
We've been sent to speak to her, I will say, and I want to know like where exactly she is. It's a big city.
So you're like asking various townsfolk this.
I would want to ask the wood whalers themselves. I'll ask the cops.
Roll. Oh, the wild warriors. Okay.
Yeah, the wild warriors. That's what I'm fucking that wood whalers. That's
Roll. I mean, you don't see
wild
any
warriors.
of
Yeah.
sticking out to you. Like you can see occasional wood elf citizen, but you don't see any.
Actually, I mean, can I determine which one of these things is a tree ant and which one of them is a tree?
Roll perception with advantage.
Okay. Because clearly they're the cops here. Perception, advantage, roll. Did that actually go into the game?
No.
Fuck. Okay, fine. Just
17. Yeah, you can like notice there's some detail. Like there's a lot of trees here, and like a minority of them. Like there's not that many of them that are actual trents or treants, but you do notice like there are some off details, such as like earth that's like kind of disturbed. So you would know there's several. There's like where there's one or not.
I will, when I get a chance, I'll pass up to one, and I will tell them, ask them in Sylvan, because of being respectful, you know. Also, so they don't know. Like where, like we've been sent to seek out this person. Do you know where we can find her?
The tree will then stir and then speak back in Sylvan.
You wish to speak with who? Who sent you?
Well, we were out in Sharika, and we solved a problem out there, and the wild warriors there told us that they wanted us to seek out their mistress so we could help her solve some more problems, all the golems and such.
His eyes narrow for a bit, but then he slowly nods.
Then you speak of Ulai Shady Thorn.
Yes.
As of right now, she is currently participating in a gathering. You will not be able to reach her until it is over.
Do we know how long that'll be?
It already lasted for several hours. It may last for several hours more. If she truly wishes to seek you, then since you've already arrived, she should already know. Then you simply just have to wait.
All right. Thank you for your help. And I will carry us forward to the Forest Grace.
So you basically, after navigating through the vast town,
dense, winding streets.
Kind of winding streets. There are a lot of open areas too, though. But as you guys traverse, you get a lot of looks from the crowds. Like, you guys, most of you stick out like a sore thumb. You have a dragonborn, you have a halfling.
All this time, I've been the one that sticks out. Now I'm not. I stick out a little bit, but less.
Except for Paxi. Paxi's always been the one that sticks out.
You're right. We just had a whole conversation about this. What a deep dive into Paxi's psyche.
Paxy's just
Anyway.
wandering around with 2 middle fingers.
You
Everybody
guys will
looks at him.
eventually find the building itself, which is like kind of structured similar to that of a tree. Not that big though, especially not nearly as big compared to the towering plant right next to it. And you guys pull up to it and you walk through the doors. You are in a rather quaint looking place.
Is there an appropriate horse and carriage parking position nearby?
There
I
is.
guess okay. I will stable the horse and put the cart somewhere out of the way.
You
Because
can
I'm
see there are several other carts nearby as well with horses and other various animals.
All right.
So as you enter this small quaint inn, I guess I should probably change the music back to this. You can see there's a couple of people in here already. Tabaxi, Aarakocras. Like, it seems like the standard residents, but from the way their attire is, they seem to be more of travelers. They're not actually staying here. You can see the sounds of clattering of cooking as well as faint music being played from some sort of string instrument, which you can't quite place. You can see manning the counter is almost look like an elven woman, but she is completely veiled and covered in cloth, leaving only her eyes uncovered.
I'm gonna say this every 10 fucking minutes. Is there any? Do I, as someone who's from here, know if there's a cultural or like specific reason why this woman is veiled? Like, does it?
Roll history
something
with
about
advantage?
Okay. Once. Twice.
15. From elves themselves don't really conceal them. Like, elves don't conceal themselves. Like, wood elves, they more dress themselves in more practical attire, specifically stuff that blend in good with the surrounding forest. High elves like to display themselves, like they like to wear very elegant clothing. They want to show off, their proud heritage. So, this elven woman, from the way her skin is and whatnot, that you can see through her, like, for the part of her face being covered, she may be a high elf, but she's extremely, like, unusually dressed.
Okay. All right. I will keep this in mind. But I will.
You can hear clattering noises from behind her as you can see various utensils and things chopping and cutting vegetables on their own.
Okay. Well, I will approach. Ah.
Wait, are you moving both characters?
No, it's just
Moving at the same time.
exactly. We were just. You know when you're like you meet someone in a doorway and you both move
You want
left,
to go left
you
or
both
right?
move
Yeah.
right. Like me and fucking Pax, you're just like That's
So
great.
when you
I want to
arrive,
talk to the sexy
she
elf lady.
She like claps her covered hands together and gives you a bow. Welcome, travelers, to the. She extends her hands out to the surrounding area, to the Forest Grace. I am Amphiomes. I will be your hostess tonight. How may I serve?
Spelling.
Paxi shouts in character.
From the edge of the table, I ask, "Your ale, is it good?"
She looks at you. Ale. Yes, I did get some ale imported recently from Margracia. I heard it is quite good, although it is not suited to my tastes. We have ale, fresh mead, and wine, if you so wish. But if it's ale, I can have some served.
Then yes, the ale, please.
Alright, it will be 1 silver.
And I place 1 silver on the table in front of me.
When you do, you notice the coin suddenly lifts up and starts floating away.
Oh, hell no.
After that, you notice coming from, well, I guess it don't matter. Anyways, you notice that from the kitchen itself, some of the tankards, like big, brown, you can see some symbols on it that look kind of similar to things you've seen in Margracia. Like a mug was then suddenly float over underneath the tap. A brown, frothy liquid comes in, and then she said, well, not really her, but you notice that the mug just floats over to you and sits down in front, and she didn't move a single muscle while this was happening.
Do I know if these are fairies or is she magic?
Roll perception.
Actually, you know what? I won't use my.
Fuck
powers
that! I'll
to see
roll
them because I don't
true
wanna be
sight.
You don't. All right. Oh, you can see things that aren't there.
You use your
Okay.
true sight.
Sure, why not?
What did you tell me to roll? Perception?
Yes,
I'll do it anyway because fuck you.
it's a 9. I didn't say with advantage. Well, actually,
Is
it
it?
would be with advantage.
Oh, you did. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
That's a
you would
9.
see shimmering through the air wherever these things are being touched, and you know for a fact this is in fact Fae.
Ah,
And wait, and Paxia used True Sight.
Is this unseen servant, or is it mage hand?
Why did you just cast it?
Sure, why not? I can do it once a
So
day.
your eyes turn an inky black. And
Oh,
those floating.
sure, why not?
Yeah,
Okay.
your eyes turn an inky black, and you notice suddenly the kitchen is filled with small, tiny folk
pixies.
flooding around, grabbing things. When you're looking out to like focus on like what the hell? Okay, this is what's going on. You notice that you'll stop, like freeze, look at you. This is when she would step in front of you. She would like clap her hands, kind of like a happy, serene expression. Basically, sir, that magic is not allowed here. Can you please kindly deactivate it?
They don't like it when you see them, Paxi.
Uh, I'll look at one of them and just kind of like make an apologetic gesture, and then yeah, cancel it.
And they vanish from sight. Thank you. Magic is preferably not allowed here. Especially that sort of magic. So if you can please follow the rules, please do not use such spells when you're within these walls. For
I'll-
everyone's safety.
I'll just say apologies. We are, as my friend said here, adventurers. The odd and the unknown draw anxiety from us, but it's good to know that there's nothing to fear here within these walls.
Well, if there's something odd here that questions you, you would simply need to ask. I have no reason to hide.
I do have a question then.
Of course. Then I may have an answer.
If one of your kind has
Kind.
I-
No,
uh,
go
m-
on.
if one of your city has upset or insulted a I know no other name for them other than treant folk, what would you call them? The people that pop out of the ground and
Ah, they are treants.
okay. If one of yours has accidentally upset or misspoken in their presence. Not a grand slight, just it needs to make an apology. What would you bring them?
Well, for a folk as old as they, there's not much they really wish, or at least in terms of material possessions. All they wish is simply quiet time. If what you've done is minor enough, as you say, just requiring an apology, then nothing is needed. After all, they have seen and experienced quite a lot. All you need to do is just not do it again. After all, they do have a good memory. And if you are sincere, you will not do it again. That's all I can say on that matter.
Fair enough.
Indeed. Also, how may I serve you? Anything you wish to eat, to drink?
I would test your kitchen with the spiciest food you can muster.
Oh no, not this again.
Spicy? Oh my. Well, we do have some recent peppers that's been, well, they have basically traversed quite a deal of the travelers. I heard that they are freshly picked from Ulazor and then pickled.
Ooh.
They are very spicy. None of my patrons were able to stomach it.
I assure you, please do not cook a meal for me that you intend to sell. Please cook it with the intention of causing fiery pain.
Oh my, I could never do such a thing.
I implore you.
He's a bit extreme. He's into it. Don't feel
Is-
bad.
aren't meals meant to be enjoyed?
That is my enjoyment.
Again, he's a bit wild. Don't
Yeah.
worry about him.
I'll like. I can't conjure bonfire, but I want to say like I conjure like a bit of fire in my hand and just like
When you do,
Just
immediately everyone like snaps their heads to you, Paxi,
And I go-
fucking-
and I go, no, it is but an axe, and I swallow it.
Move away a little.
Everyone just stares at you.
And then I take a bow.
Akins, you can hear a
I'm gonna
lot of people
pretend I don't
talking
know you
now.
And I
guys.
kind
Muttering under their
of.
breath.
I give Paxi just like a look, just like a.
Even if that was an act, please do not do that again. Fire is greatly feared here.
Understood.
Not to mention, you are inside a tree. So,
Literal tree, man. Literally a tree. Literally a tree.
for your own safety and the safety of
I
everyone,
cast wall of fire.
Oh, everyone dies!
Anyways,
I mean, just cast
You-
fireball right here, they'll all die.
Yeah.
you notice some crates and stuff are being opened right now, as well as and then some tinier boxes are pulled out of said crates. And when this tiny box is open with a loud creak, you can see some dark red peppers
Don't
being
worry,
pulled
everyone. I'll defend you from this madman.
He
out.
will.
So the utensils are moving on. Well, they're not on their own because you know for a fact that these are pixies holding these things, and they're just chopping up the pepper, pulling it into a bowl. You can see other various things being added, such as meats, like some sort of like ground meat. And you can see other things like looks like grain to your eyes, but it's a little too white to be grain. So all this is happening. She turns over to you, Akaz. Is there anything I can serve you with?
I'll just. Do you have any, like, the word escapes me now. Just like some. I've lost. Yes, I want some Tostitos. My fucking.
It's habanero flavor.
Oh, okay. This is a Paxi and a Dane thing. Just like some dried meats, like some jerky or something like that.
Jerky? Are you sure?
Eh, I'm home. I feel like trying something a bit simple, something a bit, things that I would have made for myself back when I was younger.
Simple enough then. That would be 3 copper.
Okay. I don't have. Do you make change?
Of course.
Okay, I will give her a gold because that's the smallest denomination I have.
She looks at the gold coin. She just shakes her head. Oh, they can't help it. But you do know she's laughing though at that. The gold coin lifts up and flies away. After a bit, you can see a wobbling stack of silver and copper get placed down on in front of you, Akis.
I'm an awful person.
Also, then you see a wrapped piece of cloth also set in front of you, Akis. If you were to unfurl it, you'd see it would be 5 pieces of jerky.
Okay, I will. Oh yeah. Yum, 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 yum.
And it tastes a little sweet and a little fruity.
Nice.
And Egg Paxi.
His Paxi
Set-
enjoys his
Set in
Tostitos.
front of you is a bowl filled with a white grain-like material, like substance, with meat and then slices of this red pepper. And it's steaming.
Did he just get curry?
It seems like it's a vegetable platter.
Look,
Yes.
you would know this, Paxi, but this is basically rice with ground beef.
I got fried
Yeah,
rice and
okay.
peppers.
Basically,
All right.
There.
you told them to
Yeah.
make the spiciest thing they could, but at the same time, they've also tried to make it as edible as possible.
It's not what
I
I
guess
asked
that's
for.
appropriate for them.
And she didn't
That's not what he
ask
ordered.
for any payment. Instead, she's just staring at you intently.
Bottoms up. Munch, munch, munch.
Roll Constitution.
Yeah, there it is. Do I get advantage? I am fire resistant.
No.
What? How dare you?
You don't take fire
Icy and
damage.
fire
You
is
take
different.
necrotic damage.
12.
So you take a bite. You're like, oh, this is very juicy. The season is good, and then like,
And then I
oh!
die.
The spice hits you right in the balls of your taste buds, and some of it gets to the back of your throat, causing you to start coughing a little bit. It's spicy, not quite as spicy compared to what Ronnie made.
His
you
name
in
was
the
Ronnie.
past. But
He doesn't. I don't
it's-
require a tracheotomy from the staff.
However, it is very tasty though.
Okay.
In fact, a lot tastier than what Ronnie made, surprisingly enough. Maybe it's because Ronnie just made his full intent was to make a spicy dish and not actually
Ronnie
tasty.
just wanted to cause me pain.
Yes, and
Exactly.
people actually want to create a painful dish that also tasted good.
Okay, okay. I see what you're doing here. I too will put a gold on the table. And
Oh, we cannot take payments for this. This is our first time making such a meal. Is it good?
I look around at her like patronage and be like, I don't think you'll be making this ever again for anybody but me.
She looks around. Well, who knows? We do get the occasional traveler, although tieflings aren't that common. I have seen the occasional, although they are mostly those traversing the Badlands to reach the other side.
Okay, DM, me speaking to you out of character, what people would be traversing the Badlands to reach the other side that would come across this continent on the ass end of the southern side? Like, what what weird screwed up path are they going to take to cross the Badlands?
Because if you were to look at the Badlands itself, this
Oh,
thing
eh,
completely separates the country in two.
Yeah,
right.
So
Like,
But unless they're
Canonically-
coming from Margrasia going to the Thalic Empire, this city would not be in their direct line of.
it's not. So, but the fact she knows what tieflings are, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
All right, I'll take it.
Your race is very uncommon, but I have seen them before. After all, I have stayed here for quite a while. You do see a lot when you run an inn like this.
I'm actually looking for a historian.
Historian?
Someone who might know of the times before the Great Mage War.
That's when she like pauses. The Great Mage War. Well, there are not many out there who actually know such thing. After all, even though a lot of the races here are long-lived, we are not necessarily that long-lived. The only one that many believe to at least know a great deal of the arcane war you speak of would be Salona, the dryad who is part of the council and represents the Fae. She lives within the gathering tree. After all, is her connected tree.
Solana
is
of the council.
Salona.
Solana. Council member.
She's been here since the founding of Chantaka, and she also has a rather deep connection with our guardian dragon, Nosafi.
No, Sophie. Okay. How do you spell no, Sophie?
Cool.
No, we have actually had, we have held council with Farsos and Erviorin. What?
a little bit of both.
What?
Guardian dragons of Shador and Margrasia?
get around.
The very ones. What? So Farsos is platinum. Erviorin is mercury. What would Nosafi What would her metal be? Her, him,
Metal.
they?
Her.
What would their metal elemental association question mark? I should have this here. I probably have it already.
Wait.
Boop.
Okay. Why are you not popping up? There we go.
The wild dragon.
Yes.
She does not have a metal association.
She is not part of the chromatic or metallic dragons. She is an outlier in that aspect. She is a wild dragon, or more anciently known as a forest dragon.
Cool. Just for my own knowledge, we've met with the high priests of both of the previous ones. Who would be the high priestess of Nosophy?
Salona. As I said, she does have a deep connection with
it's
Nosophy.
Also her. Great.
She is the only one capable of conversing with Nosophy.
But she was a dryad, you said?
Indeed.
Great. Good to know.
And she is part of the council. Sadly, to be able to reach Salona, she rarely converses with those outside of the council.
Cool. Good to know. By the way, we met and destroyed a golem of the lifesmith on our way in here. Who should we report to about that sort of thing?
Oh, Patsy. I already know that one, actually.
Oh,
There's a
great.
lady... Yes.
Good. Great.
According to the treants, the person we were here to talk to is going to see Gus out. So...
That's odd.
It is, but you get used to it. In a place where any and every tree can be watching you, you learn to get used to it.
You destroyed a golem of the lifesmith? Did you now?
Yeah. It's the right bastard is what it was. We took it down.
I believe it. From what I hear, they did cause quite a lot of trouble.
Indeed they did.
So, you mentioned conversing with the guardian dragons of the other two countries. Is there a reason why you were asking of Nosophy?
It might come up.
I mean, you talk with two, you assume you'll talk with three, kind of thing. It might be bold of us, but...
It is rather bold. Nosophy has only ever conversed with the High Priestess. Salona.
I mean, if Nosophy talks with Farsos and or Erbiorin, maybe they'll put in a good word for us? Question mark.
From what I understand, Nosophy has been cut off from the surrounding areas for quite some time. She only focuses on the affairs of Jaluta.
That is unfortunate.
At least from what I've heard from the Fae. You are an interesting folk, more interesting than any other traveler I have seen.
Oh, you should have seen this other adventuring group we come across of the Black Token Society. Now those guys are a bunch of weirdos.
They are rather odd.
Oh, you've heard of them?
Why, of course. I have heard a great deal here. After all, as I said, during my time and age, I have seen and encountered a lot while running this inn. The Black Token Society are one of many.
They were instrumental in assisting us with cleansing a forest with the help of the avatar of Farsos up in Shador.
Ah, so a great deal has happened during your times.
Yeah, we've been here for like, what, 2 months? We get around.
Only 2. Well, I've seen many adventures who have not even accomplished anything within that time span. You must be very special. Although I must
Indeed.
ask, how is Feather of the Wing?
dot, 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 dot.
She's well. Last
Ha-
time I saw her.
She, uh, yes, is well, but I notice she does not carry any sort of tribal or family association on her person.
Ah, I see. Well, I am very glad to hear that she is well. She hasn't seen me in quite some time. I do wish to speak with her at some point again, but she's quite busy with her affairs in Shador.
I ask, what are you to her?
A friend. I have known her since she was but a kitten. She would come visit me quite often.
I don't know, racial traits, so I apologize, but you don't appear to be that old. Um,
It's a very
She-
polite way to say that.
Ah, why thank you. After all, I take quite pride in my... Well,
6,000 years.
I'm back.
welcome back. I am very old, but have you heard the term never ask a lady her age? I think that was something
Yeah.
that was spread around about 100 years ago.
uh, I can't think of anything witty to say.
That's fair. You don't always have to have something witty to say.
But regardless, yes, I am very old, even though I don't appear to be. That is a trait for a lot of residents of Fey ancestry.
Cool. Does this place have rooms to rent? Or is
No,
it
this
just...
It is a place to dine, nothing more. There are other places where we could stay, but sadly mine is not one.
Well, everybody, we're roughing it. Let's do it.
How,
Cast
however,
style.
from what I understand, is if whoever individual is that you're waiting to contact you, I'm assuming they would probably take care of that.
That's fair. We'll save a cast style for later.
Is it still day out?
It is.
Okay. I put down my cup of ale, thank the lady, and I walk out.
Well, on the
Oh,
bright side, he
Lord.
can't set the forest on fire, so that's like the main concern.
I can definitely set the forest on
What? Set
fire.
the forest on fire? Okay.
Pulls out flint and steel.
I have
Look, I
a
don't need a
rod
flint and steel, I have
of
a lightsaber.
fire, thank you.
Oh, what about Alchemist Fire?
I will defeat all of you with stars.
Hey guys, you want to make an enemy of the second country?
Wait, you guys are enemies of a
So-
first country?
You didn't hear that.
So
You
what
can't
happens
hear
if I activate this lightsaber and just touch it up against the wood?
that. You get attacked by the city
Well,
guard.
obviously nothing would happen because it's made of light. In fact, photosynthesis.
You're right.
So, are you? You went to head out, correct?
Yes.
So, as you open the door, that's where you come face to face with something.
Uh-oh. It's an iron
what,
golem.
what am I
Oh,
facing?
fuck.
A pair of wild warriors.
And they are blocking the entryway, I imagine, or are they
They
just
are.
letting
They're
you-
the. Like when you open the doors and you see them stand in the way, they're kind of like facing you, kind of surprised.
Okay, then I squeeze past through them. Or
What do
I
you
try
do?
to
One of them
try
like grabs your shoulder from like, hold on there.
Oh.
We have
Okay.
been sent here to make sure that to verify your locations. Our mistress will be soon.
You know, am I detained is 5 syllables.
I look to the rest of the party. What is this about?
It is of what happened.
I
Wow.
want a lawyer. There you go.
It is no issue with you. In fact, it is something of our mistress wishing to speak to you about of what you've done for Jaluda and potential rewards. However, it will be best. I will not speak for her, however, so it's best for you to wait till she arrives. It will only be a minute. The council gathering has just finished, and our mistress will be arriving here soon.
I like rewards.
Rewards are good, yes. Your reward is the opportunity to fight more monsters.
Hell
So
yeah.
please, wait for at least a little bit longer.
Okay.
Back into the inn.
Can I observe this fountain? Is this an actual fountain or is this just a
That is
It is an actual fountain.
Oh, that. I didn't
Acas,
notice.
who's this guy? This person, this fountain.
I thought that was just a rug. I'll tell you right now, Dylan. Who's this guy?
It is a gold statue depicting a. Well, I mean, you're looking closer at it, you notice that this way the ears are shaped. This person is a half elf.
Hmm. Do I recognize this person, or is it just like a dude?
Roll
I'll
history.
roll with disadvantage. 14.
14. You would know a little bit about this guy. He is a half elf, as you can clearly see, and he's a little bit famous. Not really huge, but he has done some things for quote unquote outsider races, basically people who are not native for Jaluda. He has basically established some trades.
Okay.
Like, he has actually done a good deal for Jaluda in terms of trading and building friendly relationships with some of the nearby kingdoms,
Okay.
like Margrasia. But the problem is, though, is that due to him being a half elf, some of the other races, specifically the high elves, try to downplay his achievements.
I think you'd like this guy, Paxi, actually, now that I get a good look at this statue. You see, he's the half-elf fella that is working on trying to strengthen relationships from like Chaluda with other outside peoples. You know, try and bring people together, because he is a half-elf. Not many of those around here in this country.
That is a very noble pursuit.
It is. Paxi says in between eating chips.
You hear the
Rice.
loud footsteps as a new person walks into the inn. Not
Oh,
really
shit.
inn, it's more of a pub at this point.
Oh shit. She got a unique token. She is an important character.
You can see, she's a wood elf. She has slightly dark skin. Well, more like tanned. Dark brown hair. She's wearing like greens and tans. Like colors that would blend into the surrounding forest. And she's kind of walking in with her head held high. She stops for a moment, does like a brief scan with her eyes, sees you guys, and then approaches.
We are easily found. There is not a single other furbolg in here.
Exactly. There's also
Paxi comes sit at
another.
my table.
Yeah.
I'm hiding in a corner.
Oh no,
You
trying to
see-
pretend I don't know these people.
You,
who are,
you
like,
see
starting
you
fires.
see Paxi keep getting up and following Swole around the inn.
Okay, well, you guys have your fun.
She looks at you. I guess like kind of gives you like almost as if like the way she's looking is almost like she's sizing you up. And she gives you like a small smile and a nod. Agus, if I remember correctly.
That would be me.
Good. I have been looking for you and for your other traveling companions.
They're
out here.
scattered
Good.
around here.
Come, let us take a table.
Okay.
She walks over, to this table, and she just goes to the one part without a chair and just elects to stand.
I will also stand. Stand right over here.
She
I'm
looks
like-
over to, well, Amphiomes. A glass of your finest mead, please.
Simon, we're in trouble with the law. Get over here.
I'd like to prepare an action.
What action are you preparing?
If food is brought to that table, I will slide in.
Slide in.
Yes.
He just wants to
No.
act as to the
You know
point
what?
that there's a
You know what? Shit, I don't know
I'll
that.
go ooh, right next to her.
Hold on. Insight. Insight will tell me what Ryu is waiting for.
How can you read my? How can
Nope.
you read my action?
Fuck, I don't know
Is
what
that-
Dragonborn eat. What the
Insight
hell do
will
you
not
want?
tell you what he's waiting for.
No.
No.
Anyway, you see, well, a mug. Not really, well, not a mug. It's a small wooden cup dripped over and sets itself in front of this wood elf's side. She takes it, tilts it back, and you can hear loud gulping noises as she downs the entire thing.
Damn.
Then she sets it down.
Understandable.
That's good. After
I
all
yell
that.
at her. Roll Constitution.
Oh, she seems to be completely fine. I apologize for keeping you all waiting. Introductions. Although I know she looks at Aegis. Some of you may have already know who I am, but I am Uli Shadythorn, leader of the Wild Warriors and council member representing the Wood Elves.
hmm
Word has reached my ears of what you've done here in Cholula, specifically destroying one of those golems that have been wreaking havoc in our forests. I can't thank you enough for the service you have done all of us. And upon hearing this, it makes me wonder, if you possess the skills to take down a golem, perhaps you could take down the others.
We could
Obviously.
try.
Not for free. You are, after all, adventurers from what I can see with your attire, well, mercenaries. Although I shamefully admit that our own warriors are having great trouble, for we, the Wild Warriors, are trained to deal with threats in the forest, not those who do belong to it. So these golems are giving us a great deal of problems, which is why if you can take down one, we can hire you to take down the others with ample payment.
Okay.
As I know gold is what makes many people, well, work.
to make the world go round.
Indeed.
Okay.
Rightfully said. You notice another cup of mead gets sit down in front of her, where she takes and just starts slowly swishing it.
I look at her and go, gold would suffice for your average band of adventurers. Clearly that hasn't worked yet for you before. What else you got?
And it has worked, so you're looking for something else.
I'm just curious.
Well, what is it you're looking for then? There's quite a broad amount of things. I could offer you bread. Obviously, don't want gold. You won't want that. Medicine.
There's actually
Sightseeing. There's quite a lot of things on the list. It's going to take all day if I go through all of it. Well,
From my friends in Shador, I would bargain for a favor.
favors are dangerous.
Indeed.
What sort of favor?
Who knows? I don't need a favor yet, but I would love to have one in my pocket.
He does
Actually-
indeed have a point.
Actually, I respect
uh,
what you're going
this-
for, but next time you ask for a favor, can you ask it slightly less like a supervillain? Just like a little bit.
That's when she downs the mead in her hand, sets it down. She reaches into her vest and pulls out a couple of silver pieces and sets it down. In that case, we are done doing business then.
Oh,
I
come
apologize.
fucking.
He does not speak for all of us. I fucking cut my hand over his mouth.
She stops, looks at you, Akis.
Don't mind him. He's weird. Horn. Look at the horns. That's where the weird is stored.
Okay, now Akis is racist.
No, we're friends. I have the horn card. So what it is?
Alright, so
Look. So what it
Only
is?
Akis gets called horny.
Exactly. So what it is that what my friend is trying to say is that to people in our position, just gold, like gold's nice, but not just gold. I guess what he's probably asking for, aside from just a favor, is, I mean, maybe
a little bit of influence.
influence our bard friend is interested in, of course. I guess a less creepy way to put it is, what is a less creepy way to put it? Because you already made the word favor cursed. I guess actually our friend Simon put it well. Influence, just like to a certain like renown, I guess.
To
The
be
idea
known. Is that
Yeah.
all? Obviously,
I mean,
your name is slowly beginning to spread, but
Well-
taking down the others would give you all the influence you wish, or
Well,
fame.
true.
Mm,
Well, I also have
Well-
a personal request. Something
Did she
that
say
I have
she was
been-
part of the council?
Yes, she is part of the council.
No, Paxi, I'm sorry. You're grounded here. Akis already made that quite clear. So, Akis, if you would like to finish your thought.
Okay. I don't want to hog too much of your attention, but I have I will sort of sidle up to the side of her and I'll sort of speak in a bit of a hushed voice. A few weeks ago, an ally of ours fell in combat to a great evil. That evil was destroyed, but a friend of ours lost their life in the process. I just said, I have, as a powerful druid, I have the capacity to reincarnate them. And I know of people who, while I was outside, I encountered some Chaludian merchants who were able to supply me with the spell components to cast this spell. But these spell components are quite expensive. I wouldn't want to just take these components for free, but
How
if you
much
could,
are these
I currently am at 300 out of 1,000, and I have some platinum too. But
gold pieces are you talking about?
yes.
And what exactly are these components?
It is, and I will spend like a few minutes listing all the. I need this amount of this oil, some of these herbs, some of this and that, and I'll also
City-
give her I'll give her the names of the merchants that I spoke to, which I totally remember. I wouldn't want to see these people like cheated out of their money. That would be rude. But if you could, on my behalf, make sure they get compensated for what it is they.
Of course.
have.
Since you've already taken down one golem, I will send some of my warriors with the funds to purchase them right now as your reward for taking down said golem.
Okay.
Then we can talk more about other things for other dangers that need
Yeah.
to be taken
I
care of.
guess, actually, I just thought of a great way to say what my friend was trying to say. In IOU, there might come a point in the near future where we need something beyond just money, like these spell components, and we would like to have, I guess just like the idea that if we do some more stuff for you, you can get us things like that. Maybe we need some spell components in between the place to stay, something like that. Maybe
Boy,
we
that
find
sounds like
something
a
important.
favor.
Maybe my friend seems interested in my friend Paxi seems interested in the history of this place and interacting with people. So perhaps if you have some kind of person who's knowledgeable that is a friend of the council's, you might be able to speak with them, or you put a good word in for us, something like that.
I want you to understand, as my position as representative of the Wood Elves and also having a seat in the council, simply owing favors is very dangerous and detrimental to my position.
Exactly. That's why we're not asking for like this broad, ambiguous favor. We're asking to be compensated for our work, but just not like right now, 600 gold or whatever per monster. Just like
in that case, I can think of this. I could assist you in the future, although I do have the right to decline if I deem it unnecessary or beyond what I am capable of.
That
At
seems
that point,
more
I
than
feel like
reasonable.
does it? Okay.
If I
Well-
feel it would endanger my position or the position of the people of Jaluta, then I have the right to decline as well.
Of course.
If I may, as the bard, I say, I guess rather than an IOU, and I look at Aegis, wouldn't it be a better idea to have a good word put in with the council with us for us?
That does seem like kind of a big ask.
I'm
but
okay
I
with
guess
it.
it wouldn't take work down.
I'm okay with that
I mean,
as a start.
I'm not asking for you to. I'm just asking for not for you to advocate for us necessarily. Just a word in, so that way we can represent ourselves if need be in to the council.
You wish to become
I'm-
part of the council.
Not become part
Part
of it,
of?
just like
Maybe not part of it, but yeah, Aegis. Yeah, you probably have a better idea than me. You and Paxi. Paxi, you're on ground.
yeah, not like become a part of it, just like
A good word,
You have to have
a
some
foot
sort of-
in.
You want to stand. You want to at least witness. After
have
all,
some
the only
standing
ones-
on the council. That's a good way to put it.
Like,
Like
be
the
able
people in
to
the
be able to
council.
participate, not necessarily
That-
be a representative of the council, but be able to participate. In which I know that's a lot to ask, considering it's a representative of clans across Chaluda.
I'll be
But-
okay with a good word, thank you.
So, in the end, you just wish to curry favor with them.
There you go.
Yes.
Although I can do my best, ultimately, for the outsiders to be within the council grounds to witness. That is up to the council members collectively as well as the head council member.
I am fine with this. Like I said, just a word in with the council, and if they need us to answer any questions or to clear our case, we'd be more than happy to.
If you do what I request of you, taking down these threats to Jaluta, you should curry enough favor for at least to gather an interest of the rest of the council. After all, I have sharp eyes. You have already gained my interest. The others, their eyesight is not quite as sharp, so it'll take more deeds for them to take notice.
Hence why we would, like, as a. I mean, to help cut to the chase in a sense. A good word, I feel like, would help with our case.
I will do my best. However, you must do things in order to provide me a way to give a good word. One golem is already substantial, but for many they would simply see it as a fluke, you getting lucky. Do it several more times, and at that point they have no way to deny your feats.
Is there really that big of a
Okay.
golem problem here in this forest?
Oh, I didn't. I overheard some furbolgs out while we were traveling. It's
Hmm.
like they're all over the place. It's real bad.
I mean, I
There
could
has
give
been
you.
3 sightings total, one of which has already been taken care of. There are still 2 more currently wandering around. And there's also sightings of other things that we suspect are instigating the golem issue.
Okay. You have a golem problem.
A golem? No, there's no. I have to stop trying to portmanteau everything. It doesn't work.
It is very concerning since the creations of these great mages are not necessarily concentrated. But we have 3 suddenly roaming around our force when you were lucky, or in this case, extremely unlucky to encounter just 1. So, yes, everything's currently in turmoil. People are flocking to cities and are afraid to simply walk out into the forests. If this issue is resolved, then hopefully peace will once again arrive to our forests. But we don't know that until we solve that, don't we? So, that is where the whole thing. You wish to curry favor. Every time you slay a golem, or stop one of these instigators that's causing this whole issue, it will gain you more favor with the council, and then once you at least gotten rid of most of these threats, you are guaranteed to at least get an audience. And from the council, that is no small feat. As I said, no outsiders, as in non-council members, are allowed to witness. There has been some exceptions, but they are rare. Very rare.
Good to know.
And you will also be compensated with a little extra. And you will be given a place to stay if you so wish.
Cool.
Seems like more than fair.
Good. I'm glad we have an accord. Then she offers a closed fist to the center of the table.
I will put mine
Fist
there as
bump.
well.
Kind of like that. You get, like, she offers on the table where everyone just taps their fists together and then she pulls away.
Woo! Oh, we're not doing that. Okay.
Go team.
Walks over to, well, I guess the hostess. She mutters a few words. Immediately, the hostess grabs her veil, like pulls it up further. Then she nods her head and walks away.
I go up to the hostess.
I lean over
What
to
was that
Amy.
about? What are you doing? What's happening? Why are you wearing a veil?
No.
As she leaves, I kind of go over to Akis. You know we got absolutely fucking shafted, right? We just got told, instead of a favor, which we would have gotten automatically by doing her job, now she's saying, oh yeah, you just get a place to stay. So in fact, we downgraded hardcore.
No, we're gonna get a place to stay while we're here doing work for them.
And a
We're gonna
reward.
get a little bit of money, and we're going to get to have an audience with the leaders of an entire government.
Mhm.
Okay, the
reclusive,
audience was
secretive
probably going
head
to
of
happen.
government.
My point is that audience would have happened regardless.
I mean, maybe. It's good to discuss it now ahead of time instead of just dropping it on them. Now they can be ready for us. So it won't seem presumptuous when we have to kick down their door in some dramatic fashion
Right.
if something is horribly wrong like that.
Miss Amphomes?
Amphiomes.
Amphio. God, I'm gonna have to put like hyphens in
If you wish to make it easier, you can simply call me Mise.
Me say, okay.
That also doesn't gel with how you pronounce your name. I do not say to any particular.
Amphio would be a little. Well, I'm
Me.
not too fond of the name Mise or Amphio, so just Mise. If I understand, that is a common name, in, well, common language name.
Miss Mise, my stout friend over there, I would like to purchase him the strongest alcohol you have, regardless of taste.
The strongest. Well, I'm sure I can serve whatever I have that is the strongest, but that would cost a couple of silver. Let's see. She like looks back behind her. You can see like faint distortions in the air. You can see like some various kegs and things rattling. Ah, that one. Yes, that would be 3 silver. It's expensive due to the fact that we have to transport it all the way here to Chaluda.
I will buy 3 of them, and I'll put a gold on the table.
The gold coin lifts in the air, and then you can see a silver piece comes back and sets itself in front of you, Paxi.
Sure. I'll take the
You
3
hear
cups.
A hissing sound as 3 mugs are put in front of a cask, and you see a dark purple liquid being filled.
Wait, did you? I'm not stout.
No, you're not.
Which
We
friends
meant
are you
Swallow.
speaking of?
I look
Swallow.
and thumb Swalbo.
All 3?
Yes, I'll take them myself if you don't mind.
The 3 mugs place themselves in front of you, Paxi.
Okay, I'll lace my fingers between all 3 handles and bring them over to Swalbo. And drop them down.
What do you want?
Swalbo, I met a weird blue-headed skeleton man, and he said that you have a black dagger that I could borrow, and I got you these drinks as a gift in exchange.
What do you want this black dagger for?
To stab people with.
Well, that does sound pretty sensible. Hey, there you go.
Okay.
You take the black letter opener.
Right. He doesn't know what a letter opener is.
It's a dagger meant for stabbing paper. But it's sharp enough you can probably stab people with it. Anyway,
Yeah, sure.
So you have 3 tall mugs in front of you.
Nice. I drank all of them.
Roll Constitution with disadvantage.
My perfect plan
Once Swobo's dead,
appeals to Swobo's alcoholism.
So, when he hits your lips, the first one, at first you got the taste of wine, but then the more you drink of it, you realize, hey, it's not just wine. There's other stuff in here. Like, it tastes very sweet, kind of honey-like. It's mead and wine, so it makes into some sort of concoction that
Oh, I was going to say sangria.
very, very strong. Like, wine's not normally this strong. Mead's not normally this strong. And, like, when you drink the first one, you're like, oh, and then you chug the other two. You're kind of, like, swaying a little bit. You're used to basically taking care of your alcohol and putting it away, like, real easily. This stuff is actually making you a little off balance. So you're, like, gently swaying left and right. Your face is burning up. That is probably the most strongest shit you've ever tried. And you had 3. And it tasted good. Very sweet, very fruity.
This thing is just called black letter opener. There's no item.
No item for it.
Cool.
I don't even remember if I ever put it in my inventory.
I got it now.
So, Swallow's pissed drunk.
Kinda. He's tipsy. Which is pretty already impressive for someone of his constitution.
I actually want to go back.
I rolled kind of bad.
I do want to go back to the
Four.
to Mise
Mm-hmm.
and go. He really enjoys those drinks.
I'm glad.
You mentioned Feather earlier. Is that her real name?
Feather of the Wing? Of course. I see you've called her Feather. That is a nickname that she's often gone by her other party members.
It, like
Are
you
part of
and
her party?
no,
No,
we've
you did not. You asked about the Black Token Society. Of course you wouldn't be.
yes, we've had dealings with all members of them scattered across this land.
All of them?
Hold on. Let me check. Scroll up, scroll up. Okay, so we have met Kelvin, Cray, Feather, Dreshard, Sakala, Risso, and
Ronnie.
Ronnie, honorary member. I
Yes.
could have swore there was a mask token.
That's Rizzo.
That's yes,
Yeah,
that
Rizzo
is.
was a
I
monk.
yes, I see that. That is Rizzo. And Rizzo's quote cousin of Drescher, who's I guess also honorary member, maybe not even. I relay
remember
all of
that.
this.
I don't know. She is not Crethe.
I'm sorry. What?
Crethe. She was also part of the Black Token Society.
What was
More lore, more
What?
lore.
what was
Yeah.
her token?
I did not see her token. They don't really flaunt those about except for Kelvin. He was quite proud of his.
I'm sorry. How do you spell her name? Crathay.
She didn't quite stand out a great deal compared to the rest of the group. She was a tiefling, like you. Although she had pure black skin. If I understand correctly, she dabbled in remnant magic. Even formed a connection, I believe. I believe she's a warlock, but she never spoke of her patron. But she did use dark magic, the kind that even I can smell.
Part of my head like reaches back to make sure morning is still like there when you mention warlock, patron, and remnant all in the same sentence. I was like, uh-oh.
I did pity her, however. Even among her own group, she was considered an outcast, although not really by the others' treatment, but mostly the way she behaved. I do hope she is fine. I haven't heard anything about her in quite a while.
She dead.
How do you know Feather?
As I said, I've known her since she was a kitten.
Just childhood friend to matron figure, so to speak?
In a way, I was a matron figure. She's fun to me several times. I looked after her when she was, well, wanting to basically interact with someone. And when she grew older and she moved out on her own, she would sometimes visit with her, either when she was older or with her party.
Would you like to give her a message? I'm in contact with her.
Oh. Then she claps her hands together. I would love that.
Would
If
you
you could,
like
please
me
tell her-
to would you like me to pass that message to her, or would you like her to give it to her personally?
I can give it to her personally? Ah, is this magic that you're speaking of? What sort of magic?
What the? Did they not have the spell even in such
I
a
mean,
big capital?
every single country or like area here is weird when it comes to
The
magic.
spell.
Dream
Magic.
is considered.
I think it's enchantment magic. Tell her it's the spell dream. She might know what that is.
It's a version of enchantment where I can gently come to a person in their dreams as myself
Oh,
and
the
talk
dream
to them.
spell. I know
Yes.
of it. In that case, I am fine with that. I know there are other magics that would deliver messages can be quite dangerous, such as magic of the barons.
No. So long as
We
you
wouldn't
are harmless,
do
the
anything
spell is
bad,
harmless.
Right, Paxi?
We would never use
I
Abs-
understand then. After seeing that spell you cast to your eyes, I wasn't sure if you knew any more magic such as that. Or at least if this message spell you're speaking of was related to the Baron of Eyes. Very well then. Then I accept, and I would be very much honored to deliver a message to her. I haven't seen her in quite some time. And if
What
lucky
time is
chance
it right
come-
now? Do I say to myself?
It's in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's daytime.
Well, it does require that she be asleep. So, if I could meet you here or somewhere after dark.
I very rarely stray far from this place.
She's an elf. She doesn't sleep, does she?
I mean, you can put her to sleep with the spell, though.
Right, but
But I mean, she does have to. She has to trance, but
no,
Actually,
that
don't-
the target has to be asleep.
Yeah, the target has to be asleep. The person doing the spell doesn't have to be
No.
asleep. They're just doing the spell.
Yeah. And the way it's phrased, it kind of seems like they'll get a ringtone in their brain if they're not asleep yet. I will explore your fine city, and I will be back here after dark.
Of course. I hope you enjoy your stay here in Chentaka. Ah. She turns around. She says something in a language you don't quite understand. Akis, you know what she's saying. She's speaking in Sylvan. You see her say- You hear her say, have you finished making that already? Please, bring some to me. And be sure to decorate it at least a little nicely. Thank you. And you can see various things that clatter. You know, sword bears and things being put in a pouch and then tied up with a ribbon, and then the pouch lifts over and floats on top where you are, Baxi.
What did I just get?
It's a small gift. It's the least I can do for what you're doing to me. You've heard of good berries, have you not?
I am familiar with them, yes.
They are berries enchanted with some magic. Eating some would give you enough sustenance to last an entire day, and they possess a supernatural ability of recovering wounds, although very much.
1 hit point!
Good berry.
I'm gonna jam
Look.
this down Akaz's throat next time he's dead.
I mean, yeah, that would
My
work.
My
Mhm.
companions are very skilled at making these, so I hope they'll do you service. I know they're quite popular among travelers.
How many good berries did I just get?
10.
10 good berries. They are not even an item. Fantastic.
Well, I guess they kind of treat them as.
Yes, I mean the
I mean,
actual thing
it
created by good berries is factored in by the spell, but
Yeah.
you have, I mean, you essentially have 10 free charges of the spell.
yeah, I'll take that.
Do these good berries still last like 24 hours or whatever it is?
Yeah, they're special good berries. Good berries too. It's fine.
I'll take it. Where the hell did they? Thought I just added it. Oh, well, whatever. Um, thank you.
Of course. Anyone who's a friend of Feather is a friend of mine.
Yay.
Where would you recommend we bed down for the night? An odd assortment of adventurers like us.
I mean, we said we would be. We were offered a place to stay by uh, the Wild Warriors.
Oh, did
So
they
maybe
say
that
that?
might come up. Yeah.
Did she not tell you?
No.
In that
Sh-
case,
Since it's her speaking, I'm assuming you like J.D. Thorne is speaking of the residents of the Wild Warriors.
Oh, we're gonna go stay in the barracks. Cool.
In a way, it is a lot. Is it? From what I understand, or at least from stories of people have told me in the past, if the barracks is what I'm assuming is what you're speaking of, it is a lot more comfortable than you think. After all, you like Shady Thor not only takes great pride in her warriors' training, but also in their comfort. After all, after a rough day of traversing the forest, she wants them to have a peaceful, restful sleep. So if you stay within her Wild Warriors area, I forget exactly what she calls it. The name changes quite a good deal. But when you stay with them, I guarantee you that you will find good rest.
okay, that's comforting, reassuring even.
But yes, since that they have not told you, I'm assuming one of them is going to escort you there when you're ready.
Fair.
Just simply let them know. They're always watching.
Always watching.
But like not in a creepy way, like in a Santa Claus way where it's cool.
No, in a creepy way.
The Force has ears everywhere. The Wild Warriors just have a great way of getting into contact with it.
We've noticed. Okay.
But yes, I will hold you here no longer. If unless there's nothing else you wish to buy, well, as a hostess, it would be rather rude for me to keep you all here against your will.
And illegal.
Onward.
Laws are different.
Nom 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 nom.
Thank you for staying at the Forest Grace. I hope to see you again. So if you guys were to turn to leave, you arrive outside back into Chentaka proper.
We should get the fish and chips recipe from Jacques.
That's what you have. You can cast Dream twice.
Yeah, I can cast it 3 times.
Ooh.
I can send an SOS in a bottle all day night long.
Nice. Okay. Well.
You don't really have a map of this forest like the other locations, simply because this place is not quite as known and organized. Like, I'll say this, during your guys' travel here to this end, you did see there's a lot of moments where there's various makeshift stalls set up, or areas where people are gathering together to talk or converse. You can see there's a couple of docks and things in the rivers. So if you guys wish to look to buy or just sightsee, everything is pretty much scattered everywhere.
Mm.
So no, like, trade plaza / district. Everywhere's kind of like that.
Interesting.
I'm going to, I guess, wander off. You said it was like the middle of the day, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna start wandering back towards where we first met that treant guy that was
Yep.
talking to Morning.
If it'll take a little bit to get back
Yeah.
there, but when you arrive, you can see the tree is still there.
Oh, So he came back out of the ground after being pissed off at me?
No, he went back into the ground.
But the tree is still there.
Yes, the tree is him.
Oh, it's his tree. Got it.
No, it's a tree ant. They're literally walking, talking trees. Treebeard.
Oh, so he kind of like just solidified back into a tree-looking like thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they can reassert themselves into a basically just a tree,
Okay.
or they can
I
be a
guess.
bit limmy.
I guess actually before I
Campaign 1, this is what a tree ant is.
right, I know what a tree ant is.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, like, if they were to revert themselves, like, put themselves in the ground, they can make themselves indistinguishable from a tree.
Why does he have 3
So,
So, okay. So, but I guess before, like, as I start walking in that direction, I'm just gonna ask Morning. Look, I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation. You know, the whole mental link thing. It's like playing half a conversation most of the time. Do you want to continue that conversation with the treant?
I would, although I'm not so sure if you would be willing to converse again.
I mean, it's going to be between you and him. I don't think he wants to talk to me at all, and I'm the guilty party here, not you. So hopefully he'll talk or be willing to talk. Okay, so I'll head now. I make my way to the tree. And again, Morning, I apologize for this. I know you prefer the spear form, but you know they are familiar with the hammer, I believe.
Fine. I can tolerate it a little longer.
Okay, and I'll
But
turn.
you owe me for this one.
I do. Uh,
That's good.
and I'll turn her back into the hammer, and I'll walk up to the tree in its dormant form, and I'll just say, I apologize. I was not aware that you were mid conversation with my friend here. You see, it's only a one-way street, or it's only a two-way street, a two-way conversation when I'm in contact with her, and I recalled her too hastily, and I interrupted the conversation.
The tree turns towards you and you hear him suddenly cut you off.
Ah, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I get it. Don't do it again, and I'll take your word for it.
Absolutely. I interrupted you too, and I'll hand Morning back to the treant. And I will wait patiently.
Then he looks at Paxi.
You know what? I'm going to turn around and sit on like a rock or something. Like give them full privacy.
The conversation wasn't as important as you make it out to be.
It's important to us.
Do this. Fine.
You can see you hear creaking noises. Probably because since your back is turned to him, you can assume that he just went and picked up Morning. And then it's just silence. You kind of just like you don't really know what's going on. You just might as well just like drift your attention around because he's not talking. In fact, that's an interesting thing. He is not talking.
Right. Well, because I have to talk to her, right?
Yes, but he is not.
Right.
And to your knowledge, like when Akis held Morning, Akis had to talk out loud to converse with Morning.
But Wealth Splitter didn't. So there are some who don't have to.
Yes, but this is with Morning though. Anyways, so you're like looking around, kind of like just trying. You're just like just bustling city activity, even though this is really not really much of a city. But after a little bit, like you're just listening to sounds of nature within a city and just people going to and fro, giving you odd looks. Eventually, you hear a sound come from the tree and a laugh.
Oh, Devilkin, you may have your weapon back.
Okay. I'll walk back over and take her back. I won't just like suddenly recall her. I'll pick her back up.
When you pick her back up, you can see this guy. He's smiling really wide.
Such a pleasant weapon. Nothing like the others out there. She is good, and for what she told me of you, you are good to her. Morning, or guiding moonlight. Do yourself well.
Guiding moonlight. Ah, God.
And that's when he slowly turns to face away from you, and he basically becomes back to an indistinguishable tree.
Ah, son of a bitch. I was gonna pick his brain. Nope, he's done. Okay. I'm gonna start heading back and engage in conversation like, so what'd you talk about?
Well, I told him about our adventures and things that I've seen and done, and then in turn he would tell me about the stories he knew. Apparently, the name I was given in stories was Moonlight.
Okay.
Yet, apparently the term guiding moonlight was what the warrior, Rajok, it is what he referred to me simply because I acted as his moonlight that guided his actions and told him where to go. I helped him essentially. A little bit more than I help you, since you tend to make most of the decisions here than me.
I take it none of this is bringing back any sort of memories. You're just hearing this as like a third party.
In a way, but the way he describes me, it feels familiar, but I can't recall anything.
So he's
What's
describing
almost-
you as you see yourself, taking actions that you have no recollection of.
That is correct. Although, interestingly enough, the whole situation feels almost nostalgic.
That's good.
Whatever this is, it is not simply a situation that could just be wrong and just talking about something else. This is me. I know it's me. I just can't recall. In the stories, there's a lot of stories about this warrior Rajok and me as Moonlight. We fought many things, we killed many things, but they're all monsters. Dangerous things that would threaten civilization as we know it. Kinda like us. Except, from what he said, these stories talk about times even back before the Great Arcane War.
Oh, we both knew that. But
So here's the thing, though. From the way he was describing it, it almost makes it seem like Rajok was a great mage, even though he's not.
well, they speak. This whole title of great mage may just be a great person before the war. It could apply to anybody.
No, that's the thing, Paxi. From the way he described it, Rajok was also responsible for the Great Arcane War, or at least a participant.
Neat
Great
balls!
Yes, great mages are the mages of great power that could single-handedly influence this entire continent, like the Four Barons, Lishrot, Orthalos, all of them. How their single existence have transformed everything, usually for the worse. You know, how the Lifesmith's golems are wreaking havoc and we're destroying people single-handedly. How Lishrot's creations are currently transforming the way people behave, where a single artifact made by him could turn an entire power struggle into the one's favor.
So,
Rajok is apparently considered to be one of those in that caliber.
so, Dylan, when I transform Morning into a crossbow or a hammer or a spear, does she always have like the same percentage of glass material versus metal?
Yes.
And what percentage would you say that is? Like
About 60%
60% glass versus 30%?
metal.
Okay.
Well, 60% glass, 40% metal.
Right, got it. Percentages. Okay, so
Well, actually, probably better term is 66%, but yeah.
yeah.
Anyways.
So I get the idea. Probably one more piece of glass would do it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, well, I mean, if what we have experienced so far stays true, one more piece of this glass might bring back everything, or it could bring it could bring you back to wholeness, and you might not be Moonlight anymore, but
Or I might be.
something terrible. Who knows? But you know what? I'll be there with you, and we're gonna do it together.
Well, life is an adventure. Sometimes you never know how things turn out.
Let's
All right.
let's do it. As the once great Guga Foods said.
Yeah, that's a real question. Where are we going to find another glass shard?
I have a feeling um someone in Shador might know. I don't think we can count on messaging or casting Dream on Zurzar's eye and keeping our sanity intact. That's probably a very bad idea to do to a beholder.
Or we could just simply call him in person. After all, Swobo does possess that artifact.
I don't know if that's like a one-time item, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest, like knowing of beholders, he's probably the nicest one in existence.
That is also say they are very xenophobic. I mean, he did treat us like trash, but at the same time, he didn't outright kill us.
Probably because we did him a favor. He owes us nothing.
That is true. I mean, he did offer infinite wishes, but that would probably be a bad idea.
So,
Anyways,
I have a feeling this council in this city might be very well connected to either the remnant black market, or at least be able to point us in the right direction.
I mean, I don't really know much about Jaluta, so I can't say, but I haven't really seen anything in terms of remnants or remnant sellers here. In
Aha.
fact, I'm not even sure what their overall stance is, because I know, like, the Boomy Theocracy, they confiscate them immediately, while Shador is more skeptical, and then Margrisha doesn't seem to really give much of a care.
Oh, Morning, if there's one thing that I've learned from before the time that I met you, is if you don't see the underbelly of the city, that means it's much more prominent. They're just very good at hiding.
That is true, but I can't really expect much of a basement here.
Eh,
Oh, no, you're not talking about a literal sense. Yeah, I see.
yes, we'll see. I'd be very surprised if there wasn't one. And I'll go back. Or I'll, yeah.
Alright, what is everyone else doing?
I was just sort of gonna just wander around, drinking the atmosphere.
I was planning to wander around until the guards stopped me.
You there, suspicious person.
Like, is your goal to be stopped by the guards, or did the guards stop you ending your plans?
They ended my plan. Yeah, they stopped me when I was trying to leave the bar, and then
Okay.
Blackthorn
Well,
came
now
in.
we are free.
Yeah.
Yep, now you're free. So what do you want to do now?
Let's see. I was gonna look for some potions.
Potions.
So I suppose a marketplace.
So roll perception.
Let's see. 19 or 20.
19. Okay, so obviously there's no real marketplace here, but keep with your eyes peeled trying to see, okay, where the hell can I get some nice healing potions or just potions in general? And you kind of do see, after looking around a bit, you zero in on two things that catch your eye, like big time. A pair of dwarves. And from the looks of it, they're currently setting up some sort of makeshift stall, like setting a rug down and stuff, and pulling out various wares. Looks like bottles filled with colorful liquids. And like they're getting a lot, like you're getting a small crowd because dwarves here. You haven't seen a single fucking dwarf until you arrived here. Well, you haven't seen a dwarf since you left Margrazia. So these guys seem to be pulling out potions, and they're gaining a crowd.
I'd like to also try and see if I can find those tabaxi merchants. Does it look like they're around here anywhere?
You don't see them in your area as of right now.
And I'll begin by approaching the dwarves.
So as they're approaching, you can hear the dwarves from "Aye! Citizens of Chaluda, come here. We got you some things that only Margrazia can make. We got Margrazian potions, elixirs, ointments, and oils. All the things that you want to make life better." You can see there's a lot of people gathering. You can see quite people asking questions. Things like, yeah, we got here an oil of grace. Magical. You want to play a practical prank? I know it'll be very popular with the Fae here. Just pour a little bit and boom, it's slippery everywhere. And you can see you're popping up like, another outlier like me. Hey, biggin, you looking to buy one? He's holding the flask of grease in his hands and he's pointing at you. Are you?
I continue to just observe the crowd first because you're making it sound like it's pretty crowded.
Yeah, it is kind of pretty crowded.
Yeah.
Eventually, he's seeing no answer. Like he just went, "All right, tough crowd, anyways," and he starts listing off other things. He lists off healing potions, just regular healing potions. But eventually, he gets off to another potion. Like, let's see which one. Let me roll, because I'm not gonna fucking like. Let's see. He pulls out a bottle that looks completely clear, like there's nothing in it. But when he starts shaking it, you can hear sloshing. "Now here's our greatest prize here of the entire selection. Potion of flying. That's right. Drink this thing, you can fly for up to 1 hour. You can fly like the Aarakocra. You're like the various Fae here. Not even the ground will hold you hostage anymore. So what do you think?" And a lot of people are like looking at each other. Some of the Aarakocras kind of get a little offended and walk off. It's like, "Hey, anyone? Can't ain't that pricey? Gotta how many people here are really interested in flying, huh? That would be a big seller."
You hear in the back of your head, "Don't do it. I can
You know what? Yeah.
fly."
No, I'm approaching. I like this man's fancy. I approach the bottle. I say, "How much for this bottle?"
"Aye!
That's not
Looks
500.
like we got someone interested. I can sell it to you for a low price of 500 gold. The other dwarf just looks at him.
All right, I turn my back immediately.
"Oh no, and wait, hold on. Since you're kind of new here, I'll give you a special discount to 400.
I'm already gone.
300! I'll give you a price of 100!
No, I'm gonna start looking for other It's very clear that I'm not powerful enough to handle his potions.
Okay. Potion seller.
And acquire your strongest potion.
So instead of looking for a stall, I'd like to look for like an apothecary then. Somebody who deals with herbs instead. Because I imagine in a forest capital like this, there should be something like that.
So you kind of look around with your 19 roll, which we'll keep using that. You do eventually find one of the various buildings that seems like it's some sort of apothecary. It's like when you show up, you can see. Let's see. Well, you just see a big mound of hair.
Not a hair.
Oh, I'd be somewhere around. Well, I'd be close to where you are, so like somewhere in this area. Anyways, when you show up, you just see a big mass of hair and it's like quiet, deep humming. You can see there's like a selection of bottles and powders and whatnot.
I say out loud, "Is anybody there?"
Hmm? The person turns around and he sees standing before you is a giant hulking figure. Covered in brown hair, you see a giant pair of curved horns, a head almost shaped like that of a bull.
Ew. No, I don't say that. But...
Fucking racist.
Can't say it because it's only.
This dude is like covered completely in muscle.
Ooh, we got ourselves a customer. Welcome to Iron Hoof's Powders and Herbs. You got the oil? No, I did it wrong. How's it go again?
He pulls out like a paper.
Oh yeah, you got the boils, I got the oils. How can I help you?
What the?
I look to the powders. Powders for healing?
Healing, wounds and abrasions, sickness, like if you got a cold or if you got mummy rot or something, it can take care of it. Just depends on the kind, and also it's pricey. Resources are not cheap. Anyways, you got anything special in mind, or you just browsing?
How potent powders?
Strong stuff. They can be pretty good. Popular among the Fae, I tell you. Apparently, some of it works different for them, so they get different effects.
I pull out 10 gold. How much does this get me?
Depends. I can get you a lot of my kind of weak standing stuff, or I can give you a real strong dose of the real kickers, depending on what you're looking for.
How much for those then?
The strong stuff?
Yes, the strong stuff, yes. And having to start.
He starts thinking for a little bit. You can see some steam coming out of his nose.
If you want a real good kick, 1 dose. But it will definitely come true and will help you even in the most awful situations. But what are you looking for? Like a cure? Something that boosts your muscles? Don't participate in competitions for doing that, by the way. You'll get disqualified. Know from experience. Or you're looking for something else, like a little fun time? Like to see, like to smell colors? Or like, no, you're looking like an adventure of some sort. I'm assuming you're talking about combat related.
How about fun stuff?
Fun stuff? Well, if you want something that mimics what the gifts the Fae have, that would be 10 gold. But 1 dose. And be sure to be in a safe place when you do that. And have enough time for a spare couple hours.
I put 50 gold on the table. 5 doses, then please.
Alright, first things first.
He pulls out, like he opens up a drawer behind him. He starts rummaging through papers. He pulls out one and sets it in front of you. And he pulls out a quill.
Sign this here. This is an agreement to show that I am not liable for anything that happens afterwards. And also, 1 dose at a time. Any more than that, and you risk probably sudden death.
Mako stigmata.
So I pick up the quill, then I look at it. Obviously, I don't know how to read it, but I ask him instead, how does powder work?
How does powder work? Simple. You just take a strip, put it in your mouth, swallow, boom. It'll happen in a couple minutes.
I signed the paper.
Which, when he looks at it, it's just like random scribbles and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good enough.
He just rolls it up, takes the quill.
Alright. Stand still right there for a moment.
He turns around, he grabs a giant key from his apron, and he goes over to a side cabinet. He unlocks the cabinet, opens it up, revealing a bunch of drawers. He pulls out another key, opens one of the drawers. Then he pulls out a small box, sets it down, pulls out a tiny key, and opens that box. And when he opens it, you can see a lot of teeny tiny, well, it's like,
Bags.
that's what I describe it. It's like a coin pouch thing in terms of shape, but when he pulls them out, the way they move is definitely filled with some sort of powder. So he takes 1 out, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and then he closes the box. These things are real tiny, like.
Yeah.
And he then walks over with the thing in hand. He pulls out a small wooden box, sets them in, closes it, then grabs a cloth bag and puts the box in. Then he grabs a nice pink bow and just ties it.
Nice.
And then he offers it to you.
Pleasure doing business. Remember, 1 dose at a time.
And make sure you have a couple hours of spare time as well.
One last question though, so I is what I say. Can mix with water?
You can mix with water. It might dilute the dose. Won't be as strong, but it can work. It's best fine taking dry though, if you want the full effect. I'm assuming this is not for crimes, is it?
I'm
Remember,
laughing.
it's illegal.
Do not use
I
for
walk out.
crimes.
I walk out.
So,
He's
shit, well,
he's laughing in more than 5 syllables. Get him.
Anyways, yep. So
No, it's just
congratulations.
he keeps interjecting, so therefore I get 5 syllables
There
each
it
time
is.
he interjected.
So just so you know, if you were to look at the little slips, you can just see the words "Trip to Wonderland." Oh, that's it.
Perfect. Not what I was expecting, but definitely something I wanted.
It's basically a fucking poison I gave you. Great.
Oh yeah, you already knew right away. I was gonna use that as poison.
Just fucking slip it into someone's fucking drink. Just spike it. God.
Damn it, is it that obvious?
It's very obvious. You're like, can you use it with water? Shit. Anyways, congratulations. There's no actual item for that, so just put
Yeah,
5
I'll just-
drug doses or trips to
Yeah.
Wonderland or whatever the hell you want to put in.
Yeah, thank you.
So what's everyone else doing? While RU is currently buying jugs for very devious thoughts.
Yeah, I got enough drugs.
I feel 1 unit of concern enter my concern meter. But I'm just gonna wander around the city, drink in the atmosphere, enjoy being home, if in some little bit. Probably get up to some mischief.
Yeah, it's definitely relieving to be back in some familiar sights, even though like Chintaka is not quite the most common area you would probably visit out of all the cities. But you've been away for a while. You've been in Shador.
Yeah.
Like you've been pretty far away from home. So like
Exactly.
you can see occasional fellow furbolgs, you can see other races and stuff. It's a nice place. And people are not giving you any odd looks either compared to your companions.
Woo! Yeah. I'm not really seeking anything else specific, just sort of, just having a walk.
Woo, relative racism.
Alright, in that case, roll perception.
What the?
Oh fuck. Okay, here we go. Natural 2!
That's fucking 0 to that.
Nice.
Okay,
Yay.
so you're just looking around, reminiscing, just feeling glad, like, hey, it's good to be back. Then as you're walking, you kind of see, like, try to look at your surroundings, enjoying yourselves. For some reason, your eyes are becoming very keen. You can see the invisible fae flying around, pixies, sprites, other things that, rather harmless fae creatures that are allowed to basically move freely around the city. That's when you notice at a particular stall where some merchants have set up, you notice that there's a cloaked figure. Where you're like, okay, there's a lot of travelers here. They wear hoods and things. It can be bright, sunny. Sometimes they just don't want to let their looks be visible. It's a tradition for some races. But this guy, though, you're just like, okay, he's like another people. Wait, hold on. He's giving off a real familiar, nasty aura. And that's when you realize that your little medallion for Lord Shen, it feels like it's burning a little bit. A sensation you never had before.
How close is he to me right now?
He is about 30 feet away. And this guy is currently looking like he's just browsing a stall.
Okay, well...
with your natural 20 perception, you know for a fact that he's just standing there to blend in.
Alright. I'm not going to ask if there are any fae, because of course there are. Is he a fiend? Do I detect any fiend energy coming from him using a spell that I have? Okay. I am going to... So is this like an area with a few stalls?
Yeah, there's a couple. They're mostly stalls set up by traveling merchants or people who don't really have a place to call their own for a stall.
Alrighty. Concentration up to 10 minutes. Okay then. Well, I'm not gonna like walk into any one stall in particular. I'm just gonna walk around kind of slowly, my arms crossed, pretend to window shop. to keep this guy in the corner of my eye.
And as you can see, this guy slowly moves from stall to stall as well. And as you notice, like, he's right here.
Okay.
And you notice that he's slowly making his way up in this direction.
I'll keep following him.
And you can see as he's slowly walking, you notice that he's heading towards the direction of the gathering tree. Which you notice, like, you don't see anything. The tree is pretty out in the open. You don't see the council members, but one thing that you would know for certain is that magic is used to conceal everything within a certain vicinity, so people can't really enter without consent, basically. But the way this guy's moving, he has definite intent to be moving towards the gathering tree.
Okay. I will keep a 30-foot distance on him so I can keep tracking him magically.
Eventually, he would stop at around this point where the tree is within view, and he's just like staring at it. Then he would like immediately turn his attention to focusing on other surroundings. Like he would just walk up to a tree, look up around it a little bit, stop around, walk up to a stall, browse. Then he would stop for a bit, and you can hear, like, well, you can't really, well, you have a natural 20. You can hear that he's muttering something to himself.
I'm going to try and get a bit closer to him and listen out as well as I can to see if I can hear what he's saying.
You don't understand the language he's speaking, but it sounds very similar to what Paxi says when he summons a demon.
Okay.
Wait. What?
He's speaking Abyssal.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm just sort of gonna maybe like lean up against something or sit down on a stone, just sort of try and act natural, but keep an eye on him.
And eventually he would stop, and he would just like start bowing his head a little bit. And then he would straighten himself up, and he would turn around, face your direction, he would just start walking.
Okay. I am just gonna sit here and let him get as close to me as he will.
He would basically walk past you, not paying any mind to you. Like he does, if he knows you that you know what he is or what he's associated with, he doesn't seem to behave in a way. So
as soon as he passes me, I'm gonna get up.
No, natural 20. You know that he's not aware of you or what your intentions are.
Well, as he passes me by, I'll give him let him take a few steps and then stand up and start following him again.
Yep, and he would start making his way towards the edge. Slowly, ever so slowly, making his way out.
I should be moving my knee.
And he'd be making it, and he start walking out of Chaluda. Well, not Chaluda, Taka.
Oh,
Eventually, you can see one of the trees stir.
Leaving Chentaka, are we?
I'm going to sort of...
The guy would then speak up. Yes, indeed. I have some things I need to take care of.
Like what?
Do I really have to give everything that I need to do? Like, do I have to say to explain my entire lifestyle?
With what's happening recently.
Fair enough. Well, okay, I'm getting out to gather some mushrooms. Apparently my wife is really needing this dish that these mushrooms are needed for, and she does not like the ones bought from the markets, so she wants them fresh.
Fair enough.
And that is when the tree stills, and he starts walking into the forest proper.
Okay. I will let him walk a little bit ahead, and I'll step up to the treant, and I'll turn to address him.
The tree would stir.
Leaving Chentaka? What's the reason?
Okay. I can't right now. Okay, actually, that person right there who just left. They're not to be trusted. They're not human. They're not anything. They're a fiend.
Of course they're not human. Half-elf.
Well, they're not humanoid. They're a fiend or
Hmm.
something. I can feel it on them.
What are you to say that bold accusation?
I have a talisman with me that grants me insight into a specific kind of fiends associated with a specific demon lord. And he's associated with that demon lord, whatever he is.
Hmm.
He looks at the talisman.
You got any proof for this?
I
Don't bother me again.
And he then turns back into a tree.
Fair enough. Can I still see the guy?
I can see its cloaked form is slowly vanishing into the brush. Well, actually, he's pretty far at this point because of this conversation. So you do see him, but he's already disappearing into the forest, which is the west of Chantaka.
I will start walking, and I'll start walking back after him.
As you start walking out, that is when you notice, like, you don't like the fiendish energy you're detecting. As you start feeling like getting closer, you know what you see it. But when you stop, you notice that there's a small scorch mark on the ground.
I will like following this guy's path. Dylan?
Yep. What? Oh, what's
Like,
up?
Following, like, it's this guy's footprints, it seems to be.
Yes.
Okay, I will, because I'm wearing medium armor, I have disadvantage on stealth checks. So I will transform into a bird and fly after him.
So you fly into the air and you don't see him anywhere.
I want to, like, stay, like, below the trees, like, going from tree to tree.
I will say, like, when you start moving further to tree, you notice that the fiend magic, like the fiend energy you're detecting, starts getting further away from you.
Hmm.
So if you fly back, it would get closer, and then if you were to settle on the area where you're
Wait.
detecting it, you just see a faint
Okay.
scorch mark on the ground. Which
Teleport
and then you can see
bastard.
notice that the fiend energy is growing very faint by the second.
Well, I guess I will fly past the tree and reassert my normal form inside the city and walk back to our base. Walk back to the inn.
So as you start walking back in, you notice one of the trees starts stirring. It starts looking at you.
Careful.
That is when you start stilling again.
You too, I respond, and I will.
You have a sneaking suspicion that they probably knew you flew past them in bird form.
Uh-oh.
No, I wasn't trying to be hidden. I just
That's
wanted
true.
to.
Yep, that's why you said careful.
Fair enough.
Probably
Well,
it's probably as a warning. So you
Okay.
make your way back to
the inn, yeah.
where everyone else is.
Oh, was everybody still at the end? Or
Well,
the bar or
probably.
whatever?
I'm assuming everyone's at least gathered in one place if they don't have anything else they want to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until we're told where the barracks is and that we're staying there.
Just continue
Not
getting
yet.
drunk.
Yes. Swobo is trying to get drunk.
I mean, I succeeded earlier.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So at this point, when you guys when RU and Ikes come back, that is when you would see a wood elf dressed up in wild warrior attire, now like leaning against the side of the inn. Well, I guess it's like a pub at this point. It's not an inn. And he would just look at you guys. So, are you ready to leave? I'll take you to where your new place to stay is.
I think I'm ready.
I'm assuming that is a yes from everyone else.
Yeah, I got what I needed or wanted.
So he would escort you guys out. Hold on, I should probably create a token for that so you guys know where exactly he's leading you. Copy.
I will make sure to get the horse and the carriage too, so that's where we know. So we know where this is.
So he would swiftly lead you guys to roughly about this location right here. Up top left. And he would gesture to the giant tree for you guys to see. Well, welcome to the residence of the Wild Warriors. We will be within our care during your stay here. If you have any questions or anything you need, be sure to ask us. We will be sure to take care of anything as long as it's reasonable. And let me grab this. Gotta change this a bit. Here we go. Transfer maps.
Ooh. Fancy.
So yep, you can see a large tree with various wooden bridges and stuff constructed on the sides. See, there's a lot of these warriors stationed around the place. Some of them are just like meditating, others are currently reading some sort of scriptures or books. Seems like it's like compared to the barracks in Shador, or specifically Witchdor, this place is a lot more calm and tranquil compared to the constant intensity of the warriors in Witchdor.
Yeah, those guys. They need to stop walking their legs. Really, it's crazy. But,
Yeah, these
yeah.
guys seem to like
Nice.
when they're here, they're genuinely relaxing. So when you guys like start walking up, they like upon seeing you guys, they would straighten up a little bit, give you like a half bow as like a sign of acknowledgement, but then they would immediately go back to what they were doing.
Okay. Which rooms are for us specifically? Is just sort of wherever we can.
They, well, I mean, this guy looks at the
Yeah.
other. Since you are guests, you would be staying on the top floor.
Okay. Up we go.
We get the penthouse suite.
Whoa!
It is easier for us to be on the ground level so we can get to our locations faster if there's an urgency.
Understandable.
That makes too much sense. I don't like it.
So, what do you guys do?
I'll go up to the top floor. That person died.
Uh-oh.
Who died?
Drew went to AFK.
Oh, Drew hasn't
Oh.
said anything so long and went to AFK.
I hate it when that happens.
So,
Wait, so where's our lodging? They said
At the top floor.
the top floor.
We get the penthouse suite.
Yo, I'm making my way to the stairs.
I will also go up via
So
the
wait,
stairs.
is it like almost nighttime now?
kinda. It's more like afternoon at this point. So if you guys go upstairs,
Actually, I will ask one of these wild warriors if. Nah, you know what? No, I will worry about that later. Let's just get to our room to get ourselves calm. Welcome back.
welcome back from
Hey,
AFK.
I'm here. I just
You got
Yeah, try participating, ass.
oof. You got banished from the Shadow Realm.
Anyways, so
The
yeah, if you
collector
guys
got
climb
you.
up the spiral stairs, you would arrive on the next floor.
Alright.
You can see there's a couple of wild warriors here, but they seem to be on their way to, well, make their way down. They would bow, give you guys a short bow.
Oh shit. We have another access. I see. Okay.
So, as dang, okay, as we're going up, can I stop one of them and be like, "Hey, what is the?" You know what? No, I'm gonna ask Akaz. Akaz, what's the deal with using arcane magic in this city? Like, bad, frowned upon, don't do it. What?
I mean,
And I understand
a lot of magic
fire
here with the
is not
fairies.
good.
yes. I mean, the main rule is no fire. Don't be too disruptive. You know? I mean, like, you probably shouldn't go around casting just prestidigitation and thaumaturgy everywhere you go, because you just sort of be making a nuisance of yourself.
Fantastic.
But but like, you're not gonna be sent to turbo prison for having a remnant, so long as you don't like shout it from the rooftops, which we're on the rooftop right now. Basically, we're in the roof ceiling. No, attic. Okay.
All right.
Floor.
I cast
Yes.
Fly on myself and Akaz, and I judo throw him out a window.
This seems excessive.
No.
He just flies out.
No, I don't do that.
Mm. Well, actually, it's good that you're here, Paxi, because I have some great news.
Oh.
A follower of Anagen, something that wasn't quite a person, was in the city.
Of Anagen?
Not Anagen. Anagen, yeah.
Shen,
Anagen, yeah.
wait.
his guys.
Shen good, Anagen bad.
Yes. Shen good, Anagen bad.
You sensed a follower of Anagen.
Yes, the bad one, the demon. Yes, there was a fiend. They gave up. Either they were themselves a fiend, shape-shifted to look like a person, or they were just like a person that was so suffused with evil energies they gave off that kind of aura.
Was this
They were in the
a...
city.
Did you see who it was?
I didn't get a great look at their face. They were hooded, but they looked like a half-elf.
Were they just wandering around? Were they a shopkeeper, a patron? Like,
They were wandering around for a while, but they stopped to hang around the gathering tree for a little bit before leaving the city, and before I could follow them far out of the city, they teleported somewhere
oh,
outside of my area where I could try and track them.
you think you might be able to, I don't know, scry on this target?
No, I could try, but I'd have a very bad roll. Many minuses to my saving throw, or many pluses to his saving throw. Minuses to the DC? I forget how it's worded. Either way, it wouldn't work.
Don't think so, huh? Alright.
I mean, I could... Don't you have someone you need to cast Dream on anyway?
I do. I
Okay.
might have to cast Dream on her twice, depending.
You know, you just cast. You're able to cast Dream on someone as if you were casting it with a separate target. So you can just cast. Okay.
That means I am not part of the dream. It is a one-to-one call.
Exactly. On the bright side, though, since you're not in the dream there, Dylan doesn't have to RP with himself for 20 minutes.
No, we're gonna
That's
make
good.
him do that.
Okay. All right.
Dang. So you had conversation, or you saw someone. Okay.
I would have tried to apprehend them in some way, but if they aren't a demon that's being shapeshifted and they're just a person who's under Anagen's influence, I can't like prove that per se.
So
I didn't want to start a rustle.
So here's a question: is Shen supposed to be like the arch nemesis of Anagen, or is it just like a
Basically, that's what I know at least.
Is that how it is, or is Shen just like a policing force, and Anagen is just one of the bad guys?
Well, the way it's been described to us, as far as I remember from like Old Man Generosity and stuff, is that Anagen is a being of ultimate chaos that just seeks to cause chaos and destruction and bad stuff. And Shen is a force of order that wants to,
Okay. So
keep people safe and make people happy and whatever.
Okay.
So like, maybe it's not a direct one-to-one, but they clearly don't like each other by name. Shen knows who Anagen is, Anagen knows who Shen is, and they both actively dislike one another.
Would you like to talk to Old Man Generosity? Or do you want to resurrect this person who's part of the Order of Shen first?
I'm hoping that I'll be able to get those reagents sometime this evening and be able to cast the spell then, or as soon as I can.
Cool.
I have plenty of time on the spell, but I can cast Scry when I have it prepared. You can cast some divination stuff. We can get the information we need. It's just
I've got at least one spell slot that I can give to you for Dream.
all right. Actually, here's something that maybe we should consider doing, and maybe this is a dream thing, maybe this is a scry thing. I think we should, because this person was with Manala and her friends, and Manala and the woman are still, that one woman, I don't know if I got her name, are still alive. It'd be nice if we could tell him where they were.
I'm pretty sure he already knows where they are. He's the one that like guided them to whatever safe haven they were heading out to go to.
No, I mean the guy I'm going to bring back to life.
Oh, yes, we'll definitely need to tell him, but he needs to be alive first.
That is fair. That is fair. Okay.
DM, what
Well,
time is it?
It's still afternoon.
Afternoon. Okay.
I mean, I could. I mean, so you have 2 spell slots left, yeah? Or how many slots you got?
I will have 2, possibly 1.
Okay. I say you made a promise. I say you keep that promise, and then we'll worry about our stuff later.
Sure.
I mean, it's not like the armies of Annigen are going to burn down the city tonight. I think we have a bit of time.
Why? I slap Akaz in the face and go. I jump 3 feet into the air and slap Akaz in the face. Why would you tempt fate like that?
I don't know, man. I regretted it as soon as I said it. I don't know why. It just comes out sometimes, man.
Oh
no! Oh no!
9 more red dragons.
Yep.
9
more
that's.
glitches.
I tell Simon, quick, gift of gab this man right now.
Gift of gab the DM. Gift of gab the DM.
I counterspell your mouth. Alright. I got nothing until nightfall.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna wait here until I get my spell slots or my spell components, or until Paxi goes, and then I might follow him to bother him.
Oh, you're coming too?
Actually, I might participate in a nice cheeky short rest to get my 1 wild shape back, just in case.
Why?
I like to approach the wild warriors. Let's see. Is this like a front desk looking area?
I mean, there's no real front desk area, so you can just approach any of them.
Okay. Is there board with a room? I'm looking for food.
So, you want food?
That is what I am implying with my 5 syllables, yes.
If you wish for food, I believe this is not the place for it. This is the place for recollection and relaxation. If you wish for food, you must go out to the city proper.
Wait, yeah. Like, these are all elves. Why the hell do they have beds? Do they need to meditate in a bed?
They trance, and I guess it's nice to be comfortable. Would you want to spend 4 hours crisscross applesauce on hardwood floors?
I mean,
I'd like to report, food is relaxing.
And the city proper. Although we do have rations here, but I'm not sure if that's something you're looking for.
Rations. It's like lambus bread.
Nuts, dried fruits, hard bread, and crackers.
To an apex predator? What an insult.
I'm a bit disappointed, so I just walk away. Alright, then I'm gonna head back into the city then for food.
Gotcha. I'll say though, seeing what time it is. What's up?
You said that like they served me meat, right? In my spicy whatever nonsense?
Yes.
It depends on where you go, you'll get served meat or not. It depends.
Yes. The Forest Grace accommodates all races, while other places may not.
So it's the whole non-meat eating thing is not a
It's a high elf thing.
it's not a government sanctioned thing. It's
It's
No.
more of a certain. It's more of certain races, like the
Mm,
elves.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing.
I see. So she got thrown out of the vegan club.
Yes. For not being a vegan, you're right. You're right.
Let's see.
You should go around and ask if there's any place that serves ham.
I feel like
That's what you should cast Dream on. You should use Dream on Zakala, so
No.
you can give her ham. She'll also try and kill you after.
yeah, I'd say that'd be malicious in nature.
No,
She'd have to
after,
roll.
during.
Yeah.
Also,
Also-
she won't answer.
Yes. Also, she probably is powerful enough with brain spider magic to kill you while
Yeah.
you're casting
Sh-
Dream on her.
Uno reverse my dream spell.
She'll hear the ringing in her head and go, "Why would I want to talk to him?"
Yep.
That is true.
I mean, last time I saw her, she told me, stop, halt, thief, and I did not stop or halt, and continued my thieving.
Yes, and we continued running straight out of the fucking country. Oh no, 4 more dragons. That's fair.
Mhm.
That's the ham tax, is what those dragons are. Every time we bring up ham,
Hey, he told me there was seaweed that tasted like bacon.
there is. We still have to find that.
I don't think anyone has ever went to the ocean yet.
No, we
You-
have.
well,
We're not in the right country yet.
Yeah,
There's one
you
country over.
you
We've
told
been
us it was
at,
like the
an ocean port.
you told us it was like the far left country.
Yeah,
And it was. Yeah.
that is true.
We have to keep going. And then we'll find some. And by that point, we'll be able to cast Teleportation Circle. And then we're just teleport into the Kala's room. Be like, yo, what up? We got ham. And then
Yo-
we'll teleport right back out.
Yo, dog, heard you like ham, finger of death.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, I think this is probably we should wrap it up.
We're starting to lose it, yeah.
Wait, I don't get to cast Dream on Tavern Keeper Lady? Alright,
We can do that next session.
okay.
Prepared quite as much today. In fact, it's kind of a miracle I got all these masks ready.
Okay, so tomorrow is the bring people back to life and have heartfelt reunions. then.
Yes, because I will say this, so AKs, if you were to go up to the top floor, you will see a pile of herbs and oils.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's do this.
They put it all on one of the tables, and yep, you have all the resources you need to cast reincarnation.
Oh, what?
So, everything you
Oh.
need for a homunculus.
God.
Don't
Imagine
say
requiring
that.
resources to
I'm-
reincarnate someone.
I'm gonna have to make a fucking saving throw tomorrow when it's gonna be your fault.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fucking.
You're,
on the
you're
bright
gonna
side,
sum.
I'll
You're
be
gonna
able-
summon some unholy amalgamation of flesh, and he's gonna kill us all.
Yep.
Yeah,
Gonna
it
fucking-
wouldn't be the first time.
Summon an unholy flesh abomination. Talk to God. Get my fucking limbs taken away.
Yeah.
Normal day.
Don't forget your dad.
Fucking goddamn it.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
Been a good
Dylan.
night, everybody. Have a good.
Next session, a lot more stuff will happen. I'll promise that.
Okay.
So I'll see you guys
Bye.
later.